Welcome to the Next Dimension Podcast, your portal to an extended reality. Every week we talk about the hottest topics in XR and let you join the discussion live on MRTV. And now, get ready for another exciting episode coming up.
Hi and welcome to Season 3, Episode 23 of the Next Dimension Podcast, your podcast that's all about VR and AR. And I'm so happy to have her back again. Tetiana, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, a little bit sleepy, but still, the topic we're going to discuss today is absolutely worth it.
Absolutely. And actually, we're going to discuss 3 topics, right? Quest 3, Quest 3, and Quest 3. So I am absolutely looking forward to it. It's going to be a great show, hopefully. But with these topics, yes, I do believe so. Yeah, and also with me, Sebastian, the founder of MRTV and the host of this podcast. Yeah, I'm doing really fine. I can't wait to talk about the Quest 3. I haven't done so live on MRTV on the English channel yet. I've done so on the German channel, but I'm looking forward to talk with you about everything, right? The Meta Connect, what we learned about the Quest 3, and obviously also like your experiences with the device, because you tried it, and wow, I can't wait to find out about it. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. So, for all of you out there who don't know what this podcast is all about, well, it is a podcast all about VR and AR and mixed reality and all the good stuff, all these immersive technologies, and we are live streaming this show every Saturday here on MRTV. The timings right now are shifting a bit because, well, I'm in different time zones right now here and there, so that's that. But you can listen to this as an audio podcast everywhere where you can find audio podcasts. And if you love this show, it would be so amazing if you would give this podcast a 5-star review on iTunes or on Spotify so that more people can find us. So get out your iPhone or iPad, find the podcast app, check out the Next Dimension Podcast, and give us a 5-star review if you enjoy this podcast so that more people can find us. All right, before we get into the Quest 3 topic, the only topic today, I would like to ask you, Tetiana, how was your last week? What did you do?
So last week actually was busy of me kind of putting my thoughts together about the Quest 3 because, as you know, I've had the pleasure of trying it early, and it was embargoed. And
Right.
I couldn't say a thing, which was really, really hard because there was so much to say. So I was kind of just trying to organize everything, like all the impressions that I had about this headset, put it together in one video. And
Right.
I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. But there are some things that I haven't tested, and those will be kept for when I actually have the device, and I'll be able to check them out, like all of that.
Right.
I guess, yeah. Last time I mentioned that I was trying the motion rig, and it's still pretty fun to play. But it almost like people don't care about anything right now except for Quest 3.
Exactly.
Because
Really? Yeah.
no matter what I talk about, like I try to talk about Pimax, I try to talk about Unity, I try to talk about the motion rig. People are like, no. Give us Quest 3 news. Give us Quest 3 content. We don't want to watch any of that. So like, wow, okay. I played a really cool game the other day.
We don't care about it.
Yeah, like Dungeons of Eternity. It's a really nice dungeon crawler, with like generated.
How is it on Quest 3?
How is it on? Yeah, I haven't tried it on the Quest 3. I tried it just before. I played with Adam Body and Gingas VR, and we had a lot of fun.
Perfect.
And like nobody cared about any of that. So it's pretty interesting how, we have so many different headsets. We have so many different experiences. So technically Meta is getting like competition, and they have to try harder. Yet, even before the headset was released, people were just completely sold on it. People were just like, give us Quest 3 news. Nom, 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 nom. That's all we want.
What kind of competition does Meta have right now?
I mean, There are other that's I guess there's like Pico news, there was Visor news. I didn't even cover Visor news, unfortunately.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
you know what?
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting topic,
There's
but they are
Pimax
right, right.
standalone mode, which technically, standalone mode. But
Well, there's a slight difference between the standalone mode of the Quest 3 and the Pimax.
I
Yeah,
would say it's a big difference.
it's like a whole world of difference.
Yeah. So yeah, so I guess that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to cover other things. So for example, right now I already have the video ready about WebXR. I was just exploring applications that can be run from the browser, like VR
Yeah, okay, that's good.
applications.
That's pretty cool,
Yeah,
though.
and I was actually reached out by Felix from Meta Reality Labs, who had a talk during the Meta Connect about using mixed reality technologies in WebXR, which I think is really cool because there are some websites out there, like WebXR ones, that you can run on any device that supports a browser. I guess a browser has to support WebXR technology too.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
then when you run it, then it's like mixed reality. I didn't think that it was possible.
Wow.
And so I made a video about that, but I'm holding it off just a little bit. I'm going to post it when I think the time is right.
Of course. Yeah, wow, mixed reality. Yeah, finally it starts. In my opinion, the whole mixed reality topic is going to finally start now for us consumers.
Mhm.
Like, wow, the Quest 3 is going to be the catalyst for this. And I'm excited
Yeah,
because this is mixed reality TV for, for all the people out there. Yeah, MRTV.
it's finally going to be
Finally, yeah. Hey,
what it was meant to
I had
be.
to wait for all these years. Yeah, finally, MRTV. We're starting
Some
now.
channel, some channels are actually changing their titles. Like
Really?
Kesenchari VR became Kesenchari XR.
Really? I didn't
You're
even
on the
know.
other, yeah, on the other, like you're just living up to
Yeah,
your
finally,
initial
for the
name.
promise, exactly. Welcome to Mixed Reality TV.
Yeah,
At the very beginning, I said Mixed Reality TV to this channel. Then I said MRTV, but probably now I should go back to Welcome to Mixed Reality TV. I don't know.
yeah,
I have to think about it.
yeah. There's no way I can change mine. I will always be Discover.
This cover is amazing.
Because it's still virtual reality. I can say Discover XR, but that would be redundant. I feel
Yeah,
like I'm
right.
okay. I'm okay with my name. I'm happy with it.
It's a good name. It's a good
Yeah.
name, yeah. And
So
Disco XR wouldn't make so much sense, right? Because you wouldn't discover things anymore. You would discover things, so that doesn't make sense.
well, I would be coining some words there. I'm
Oh yeah,
discussing
yeah, yeah.
all the mixed reality
Oh
experiences.
my god,
It depends
so
on how you
funny.
look at it.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
So
exactly.
yeah, that was my week.
Okay, cool.
I wonder how your week went, Sebastian.
Yeah, also good. Also good. I did make some video that did have nothing to do with Meta. Actually, I was talking about the Pimax that they now have a new version for
Mm.
for the sim races that doesn't come with the controllers. So for people who don't want to use the controllers but are just into sim racing, they can now get it, and it's a bit cheaper. It's pretty interesting for those
Mm-hmm.
people who are sim racing, of course. Then I covered the Meta Connect live, actually, but in German language for the German people. And that was pretty
Mm.
interesting because all the German YouTubers, we came together and made this huge stream with Voodoo and some others.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun. We had a good time. But unfortunately,
Mm.
the Meta Connect, it was kind of long, the keynote, and there was so many other stuff that has had
Yep.
nothing to do with our beloved Quest 3, with our beloved VR stuff. So we got kind of like bored by that, and we felt bad about it. So that was bad.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll talk about this in a moment.
You
Yeah.
know, I'm actually, yeah, I had the same feeling, and
Okay. Okay.
I was fully like planning on streaming it as well because I always
Good that
live
you didn't
stream
do
at these
it.
events. And then I'm like, okay, my baby has colics. He's super fussy. He's like
Okay.
crying a lot.
Right.
And I just thought I cannot commit for an hour or an hour and a half stream. And then I'm watching the stream and I couldn't even finish it because it was so long. And I'm like,
Right.
Jesus Christ, I'm so glad I didn't like let down my community. If I would start the stream and I would have to cut it short, that would have been a disaster. So I'm just like, I love you all. I really wanted to stream this, but baby
It's
had other plans, and then I'm like, okay, this is super long. I'm glad I didn't
Right.
do it.
And then
So
they even
it's
started like half an hour later. Like we were streaming together with
yeah.
Voodoo, the German creator, right? And
Hmm.
he also like already got all the news beforehand, and he had some videos scheduled. He
Hmm.
was told exactly when he's allowed to publish the videos. And then while we were live streaming, he had to change the timing of these videos. He was super stressed. So
Yep.
yeah.
Actually, what happened is that yeah, they weren't. He was not the only one because there were also
Right.
some creators that actually were at Meta Connect during that time.
Oh
They
yeah,
weren't just
right.
sitting checking their Discord messages or something that the embargo has been lifted. So it's been a disaster.
Right, right.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not going to say what happened
So
and who
while
was
they
involved.
were
But
while they were live there, they had to like reschedule their videos on their mobile devices. Oh
yeah,
no. Oh no.
yeah,
That sucks. Oh my goodness. That
it
sounds
was really, really
stressful.
bad.
That sounds
Yeah,
really
so
stressful.
I feel like it happened maybe 2 years ago that Meta Connect was like delayed by 30 minutes or something like that. I feel like it's not the first time. And whoever is responsible still hasn't been fired.
Right.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's strange. But of course, if it's a live event and not a pre-recorded one, it's more understandable that there would be some kind of delays
Of
when it's
course.
such
Life is
volumes
life.
and volumes of people.
Of
Yeah, so I
course.
guess it's fine. It's just it really sucks because yeah, we were waiting like minute from minute when we can post our
Of
videos.
course, of course. Wow, that sounds indeed stressful. I just saw Voodoo there, and he was like, he couldn't look anymore in the camera. He was just like typing away, and
And he couldn't say why,
no,
right?
no, he couldn't do it. He was like, ah,
I have to do something real quick. I have to order some. I want to order some pizza.
it was so funny. It was so funny. Yeah.
I'll have to
Anyways,
check out that moment because
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
right.
like every
It's
single
so
person
funny.
every single person who was live streaming who was invited to
Right.
New
They were
York or London
stressed.
to check it, they were all like in
Very
a
stressed.
very like frantic way trying to change it. So yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, well, life is life, right? That's the exciting part of doing something live. And I think it's cool that the MetaConnect was live and not just some recorded stream. So these kind of things happen. Yeah, right. So I was doing that live stream, and actually during the live stream we were kind of disappointed that they didn't give more time to the quest, right? But
yeah,
then I slept the night over it, and I looked at the specs, and then I made a video about the device itself, what I think about it, and that was very positive because actually, in my opinion, they nailed it. But we're going to talk about that during today's show. And well, then I made a video about why I think the Quest 3 is even better than I thought because it has some specs that I didn't expect, right? Like dual displays where I thought it had only one. So yeah, good stuff. Very exciting stuff. So that is really, really cool. Yeah, that I did. And then obviously I'm still still working on my startup, right? On Try My Tech. So I was again super busy. I'm now onboarding the first people that I invited for the US, and yeah, we have the first experiences online in the United States of America. So if you go to trymactech.com, you can now already check out the Haptics Vest at Ender's Experience. You can check out the Pimax, of course, and yeah, also the Pimax here at Ben's Venue VR Venture, and he just got his first booking just like 10 minutes ago. So congrats to Ben for getting his first booking here. And so the first red markers appear here on the map, which is cool. So for all the people who don't know yet what is Try My Tech is my new project. It's an Airbnb for tech gadgets, especially for VR headsets. So in the future, if you want to check out a Crystal, a PSVR 2, a Quest 3, well, you could simply book an experience and get expert advice from people who love it. Or on the other side, if you want to earn some money with your tech gadgets, with your Crystal or with your Quest 3, you can also do it on Try My Tech. So you sign up and then you offer these kind of experiences for people around you who want to check out the device, and well, they will pay a little fee. So go to trymactech.com. Yeah, that is my little plug that I'm going to put here every single time now here. Yeah.
yeah, that's a great idea. You're your own sponsor now.
I'm yeah, exactly. I should totally pay your money for that, for being on the show. So the great thing, one last thing, I will allow public signups starting from the 10th of October. So this kind of invitation phase is going to stop, and people will simply be able to sign up on the 10th of October, for example, with their brand new Quest 3. So all the people outside there, if you're wondering, hey, should I buy the Quest 3 because it's a bit more expensive than I thought? Well, simply take it as an investment and earn some money on Try My Tech. So if you're wondering, should I get the small version of the Quest 3 or the big version? Go for the big version because you can earn some money on trymytech.com by showing the device to other people, giving them advice, probably allowing them to check between the PSVR 2 and the Quest 3, which one do they want. So open your experience on trymytech.com starting from the 10th of October. When you get your brand new Quest 3, you can simply go there and open it. Yes, I'm super excited, obviously. So I was working a lot on this. People now, everything works now with the automatic ID check. So to give people safety, I was working on that part. So super exciting stuff. Yes, trymytech.com. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. Very busy. I'm not bored. Every day is like full action, as you can imagine.
I can see that. And now
Yeah.
things are here because there's so much Quest 3 excitement going on.
Oh,
And
exactly.
actually, since we're talking about Quest 3, I think it's nice to let people know about some of the ongoing giveaways of Quest 3.
Oh,
Because if
yeah.
I didn't have one, and it's still, we were talking about the price,
Oh, we
but
will.
yeah, I guess it's not as happy news as the rest of the specs. But so the first place where you can enter and try to win is SideQuest.
Cool.
So SideQuest is actually giving away one Quest 3 every week until
Aha.
Christmas. Technically
What?
until
Until
yes.
Christmas?
Yes.
Okay. I should
Yes.
absolutely try to win it though.
Why do you, oh yes, of course. But you're not
Can I
gonna
join?
you would have to wait until Christmas to try it, or
Oh
something tells me
no.
you'll want to have
Oh
it
no.
earlier.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed.
So
I have to get it early, obviously.
but the way it basically works is not like a usual giveaway. Like it's not like Gleam where you just have to click on a button or something. If you there's a tweet that they posted, and essentially more details are described on their Discord. So if you know, SideQuest has a new VR social app called Banter, and Shane and Orla were actually here in the show a couple of months back when we just launched it. And if you do, you mind like just showing that tweet on the screen if that is
Okay,
yeah.
let me do that. Let me try to go there.
But actually, it doesn't have any information, so it's
What?
okay. Yeah, the tweet doesn't have much extra information because, like, the explanation of how to enter is on
But
their Discord.
I can still show it though.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so here it is. So that's true. I'm not making it up. They are giving away a Quest 3 every week until Christmas. But
But
the
you have
way
to
it
wait
works
until
is
Christmas.
no. You don't have to wait
Ah, yeah, okay.
until Christmas. It's
Okay.
just that every week is a new giveaway, and
Ah, okay. That's good.
and the way they select winners is they select them from the people who are online in the Banter app.
Ah, that's smart.
So yeah, so Banter is a really cool VR social platform. You just kind of jump in there. There's tons of events. Like there are people who were literally hired by SideQuest to host events and to be like
Cool.
to moderate Banter, to host events. There's like parkour events, karaoke nights, movie nights, a coffee, like all kinds of stuff. So it's really cool. And if you join those events, you'll have a high chance, of being there online at the time where Shane is actually choosing the winner from the people who are online. And I think that's a really, really cool way to enter a giveaway.
Hmm.
Now, my
Love the
giveaway
idea.
is
Love the
much
idea.
yeah, and so no, we have a great community already. Like there's a lot of people there already, and this will bring even more, and they will enjoy Banter with Quest 3. Now, my giveaway is much more simple. All you need to do is just watch my video and be subscribed to me, whatever, and leave a hashtag I want Quest 3. So I just
Can
wanted
I
to
join it?
I will buy it with my own money just because like this headset is so cool. And I thought, damn, like I need to spread love. Like it's amazing. I want more people to have it. And I feel like more people will not have it because it's expensive. Even the 128 version is expensive. So
I
so
know.
I just thought, okay, I will just do it. I'll do it. I haven't I haven't received a copy from Meta for a giveaway, so I'm just gonna buy it. So if you want, good luck. We'll
Right.
see. But it's pretty cool. But yeah, there are many places that you can like try to win Quest 3. So hopefully some of you will.
Actually, you're right. I actually bought two Quest 3s to give them away, and they are already given away now. One went to
Oh,
Germany.
already?
Yeah,
Nice.
and one went to Hungary. So congratulations to that. And the winners are on my Twitter, and that's cool. Yeah, you're right. That is cool. Yeah, it's good to
Yeah,
give away Quest 3s. Right,
amazing.
right. Perfect. So lots of people are giving away Quest 3s, and lots of people are winning them. That's good. Yes. Okay.
My
Cool.
coffee arrived.
Perfect. I have water here.
It's
I had
good to hydrate.
yeah.
I have both. I need to hydrate. I have a long night.
You know what's cool? I now got this new iPhone, right? I told you about it, or I mentioned this here on the stream. And now I found out that there's a super amazing ecosystem of accessories. Like this water bottle, for example. It's cool because it has like MagSafe built into it. So I can now add my phone
Oh,
to my water bottle. What do you say now?
you are such an Apple
You
boy
know,
fan.
yeah, like
Fanboying over
I'm
it.
I'm pretty amazed. I also loved my Android before, but it didn't have this crazy ecosystem. Like it's
Mhm.
amazing. Now I can stick my iPhone to anything, even my water bottle. This is yeah, but this is
That's what
this
we
is
all want. We
honestly
want to
this is
stick our phones to stuff.
but I'm telling you, this is honestly amazing because this has a great camera, right? So
Yep.
now I can make videos of me like this. And as you know, this also can become a really good webcam because I'm using a Mac Mini. And
Yep.
because they can, in some magical ways, connect to for this become a webcam, it's great.
Yeah.
It's
I was actually looking
it,
for a way to do it with my Android phone, and I found
right.
one. And I was so happy because I used my Android phone as a webcam,
Uh huh.
and then I used that webcam as like a virtual, not virtual, but like a camera to connect to Live. And I
Okay. Okay.
recorded
Cool.
myself in mixed reality
Nice.
playing Dance Dash, the dancing game, kind of like Beat
Right.
Saber, with Android camera. I
Oh,
didn't
that's
think it was
cool.
gonna happen, but it
That's
would have been
cool.
done. It would have been much easier with an iPhone if I had like a Mac or something. But I
And
don't.
also, can you connect your Android phone to your water bottle? Probably no.
No, I can't use it as a
You see,
tripod. Not like
check this
that.
out. Check this out. I'm pretty amazed by this. Yeah, wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so too. It is hilarious. So let's see what I find next week. What kind of accessories for my new iPhone? Yeah, I'm very happy. Yeah.
You could
Also,
just start a new
y-
channel, just a weird
yeah,
Apple
I,
accessories.
I would have lots of views for sure. And you know what I also found? Like, I love this kind of magnetic things. I was looking for this kind of pop sockets, like that you can hold your iPhone, yeah, your phone. Like
Uh,
I had it before on my Android phone like this, so I can hold it
mhm.
easier. And now I have this also with magnet.
Yeah,
Oh,
mine is also
I
magnetic, but I
I
didn't.
so love
I
it.
left it by my nightstand, but
Uh,
it kind of opens up like that, so it becomes a little
yeah,
stand, so my phone can stand.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's a lot
great.
of stuff.
And then I have this device. I put it next to my bed, and it will charge. Yeah, I'm very happy.
You're a happy
I'm a
Apple
happy
owner.
camper right now. Exactly, I'm a very happy camper. Yeah. Anyways, let's leave that Apple topic until the headset comes next year. Then I will go a bit crazy. I have the feeling.
Yeah.
Let's now go crazy though on the meta topic because that is our actual topic of this podcast. So yeah, MetaConnect 23.
Mm.
It happened last Wednesday in California, and let's talk about it. So let's start by talking about the keynote itself. When Mark Zuckerberg went on stage live and talked about his new products. So he talked about the Quest 3, obviously. Then he talked about AI stickers in WhatsApp and lots of AI stuff
Lots of AI.
for a
Yeah.
very long time. I have to admit it. And then he talked about his new Ray-Ban glasses, which are also pretty cool, I think, in my opinion. So we already mentioned it in the beginning, but let me ask you again, Tetiana, what was your feeling about the keynote?
I guess there was a strong start in a way because we were all waiting for this Quest 3 news and then it
Yeah.
dropped and everyone was excited. It's funny because I felt like Zuckerberg had like some fanboys in the crowd that were
Oh,
cheering for every
no.
single word he was saying.
That was ridiculous. Honestly, there was like, wow, I was feeling ashamed for them. Like in Germany, we have a saying, we have a word. It means it's called Fremdschämen. It means like you feel ashamed for other people, and that is exactly how I felt
Secondhand
about.
shame, like secondhand
Yeah,
shame.
something like this. Yeah, wow. I was feeling so ashamed. You know, no. Keep on
It
talking about it.
Yeah, it kind of felt like, there's someone having like on a talent show and then he brought his friends and they just like cheering him
Exactly.
on for him to
Exactly.
feel better. But he's Mark Zuckerberg. He doesn't need that. So it was not just him. They were cheering for everything anyone was saying. But I don't know. I guess I was during the connect, I was a little bit distracted, I guess, because I've already had the headset, I've already had the content, and we were following the guidelines for when to post it. But overall, I think the Quest 3 stuff was very exciting, and I even found the AI stuff really exciting because I love everything AI related and how it's been developing this year. It's freaking insane
It is
how much has
unbelievable.
happened
It's
in the
unbelievable.
the field of just the AI in this 1 year alone.
It is truly one of the biggest revolutions that I've seen
Yeah,
in my lifetimes. Really, that it's not to be underestimated. I totally get it. Really.
it's like internet. The
Yes.
only thing I can compare it to is like the invention of internet, and even better because when internet was invented, there were only like few people who were using it, and it took a really long time to catch on. But it did. It's changed our lives forever. AI
Profoundly.
kind of like just I'm here, and like millions of people are using it right away and changing the world, changing the way they work, changing the way they entertain themselves, changing the world, like everything.
Everything.
So it's so much faster. Everything is catching on like so fast, and it's kind of scary because I don't even know if we are ready to that much of a change, or our entire like infrastructure of our lives is not built for AI yet, and now there are no rules. Honestly, there are just no rules in place that would dictate how we should be using it and when it's appropriate and when it's not. And but the big companies don't care. They just kind of go ahead and develop it more and more and more, and just let people decide what they want to do with it. I think it's really
Yeah.
scary.
It's
There
it's like
have to be
a
some
gold
rules.
rush,
Yeah,
right? It's
and
like wow.
I'm scared, but I'm so freaking excited
Yeah.
because it's so interesting, and we're living in it. And
Honestly,
and
I'm
I can already,
shocked. I'm shocked by it. What it can do. It's unbelievable. It's like I'm using it
yeah.
on a daily basis for doing things. Like
Mhm.
okay, it's making my life so much easier.
You're using it on a daily basis without even realizing it, because
Right.
there are so many websites that are now using it, utilizing it, and you didn't even notice. Like, for example, did you know that Amazon is now using AI to read through all the reviews of the product, and then they have a little page that says, here's what people think about this product, and it gives you bullet points of this product
Oh, it's
based
so
on the
genius.
comments.
It's genius. It's
So
unbelievable.
you don't have to read through the comments. But what the actual, like, it just happened, and now Amazon is using it. Of course, Amazon is using it.
Right.
Photoshop, like the what is it called? The diffusion. Oh God, when it creates images
Yeah, I
and
know. I know.
yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway,
The thing, yeah.
anyway, yeah. Honestly, yeah. We heard you talk about Quest 3, but just so much stuff happening. It's like wow.
It is.
But yeah,
Let's say AI is taking off as strongly as I would have hoped VR would have taken off in 2016 when I went full time into making VR YouTube videos. You know, like okay, it's going a bit faster than the VR topic. It's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah,
What I
because
was
it's
talking
just
about is
useful. Yeah,
Yeah, it was Stable Diffusion, by the way. Sorry,
stable
not
diffusion. Stable
Midjourney. I am
diffusion.
using Midjourney, but Stable Diffusion is different. But yeah, but the thing that I'm excited about AI in VR, which is probably going to be the most direct way to apply it, is the AI controlled NPCs.
Environment. Ah, okay, yeah, that makes sense too. That makes sense too. I think
When you
for
can have a
work,
conversation.
right, right. I think that part for sure is super exciting, and world creation. Yeah, like banter, right?
Worth
World
creation.
world
Yeah.
creation. Like you can easily make some worlds and be in those worlds when you just think about them and just say it out loud. Yeah, I want to be in a, I don't know,
I,
butterfly country, and pooh, suddenly
but
you
I
are
wonder what
in
is it
that
going
place.
to do to like artists and developers who are actually building those worlds, and then it's just AI generated. Do you think it's going to devalue those worlds? Because like right now, I almost feel like art is devalued. I used to look at a digital painting or a
I
digital
know.
artwork. And I'm like, wow, that took so much work and effort to create. Someone is really talented.
I got
And now
it.
I look at it like
But
AI
honest,
generated
I,
crap,
I
like one of the
agreed.
millions.
Agreed. But you know what? That's exactly what artists thought when photography was invented. They thought like, oh,
Mm.
nobody needs me anymore. But are there still artists now? Yes. So we will still need these creative people, and we will.
Mhm.
I don't think they will be obsolete. Not at all. It's just like their
Yeah.
work will probably change a bit. But yeah,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
it's unbelievable. It's still unbelievable. Anyways,
Yeah.
let's get back to this VR topic, okay?
It's so hard.
We are like Mark Zuckerberg now because he was also more excited about the AI part, in my opinion. You know, that's what I was feeling when I was watching this keynote. Like I said it in my video as well. I felt, in my opinion, the arc of suspense was not very well done because yeah, he started with the Quest 3, but it didn't feel so exciting. And in the very first part of it, we didn't actually learn so much about the headset. You know, we learned,
Mm.
okay, it's the best headset ever, blah blah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we knew that, but we didn't know the details. We didn't know that it has dual
Yeah.
displays. We didn't know anything about it. We didn't hear about any new games as well in that first part of the
Ah,
keynote
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
that
You're right.
Zuckerberg did. And then came this super lengthy part about AI, which like was interesting, but still, I'm excited about VR, right? So that was
Yep.
a bit boring. Then the Ray Bans, yeah, nice, but not good enough for us. Not exciting for us so much, right? So I was feeling like this arc of suspense was bad. I thought I was super disappointed at that point. I thought like
Okay.
this can't be. That's everything. But then Boss came on the stage, and then I was happy that he was going more into detail with it and
Yeah.
talking more about the functions and showing us a bit
Mhm.
more about the mixed reality. But in my opinion, the arc of suspense was somehow not very well done.
Okay. Well, I guess I realize now that the only reason I haven't had that feeling is because I've already had that information.
Right. Yeah, you
And
knew everything, but I didn't, for example.
so for me it was more like anticipating when I can publish my work
Right.
and
That
what
makes
else
sense.
is out there that I don't know. And that's why I found AI stuff quite exciting because I
Got
had
it.
no
Got
idea
it.
about any of that.
Totally got it.
If we do have the time, we can talk about Ray-Ban Metas. I actually also tried them. I haven't had time to cover them in any of the videos because I was just so busy with the Quest 3 and with like life stuff. But
Right. Yeah, that's interesting.
you tried stories
I did
and
try.
I tried stories
Right.
and I tried Metas. It's like a vast improvement, I
Did you
feel
try
like.
the new one?
Yes.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I had the first one. I thought it had many potential, but it was not so
Hmm.
perfect yet. But it was already quite kind of good.
This
Yeah,
is better.
this is
This one
better.
I actually
Okay.
feel like I will maybe even use more
Right.
because that was
Right.
the problem with stories. People didn't use them because it was just not super convenient,
Exactly.
or weird resolution, weird quality. It's better now, and
Mm.
I have a feeling like it's going to be more successful.
I think
It
so
has
too.
a flashing light now when you're recording. Imagine
Good.
that.
I like it. That's good. That's good. What really interests me about this Ray Ban. So first of all, for all the people who don't know that product, it's like looks like Ray Ban sunglasses. It looks really good, like very slim and just normal sunglasses. But it has these two cameras inside it. It's two cameras, right? It's not just one. And with these cameras, you can take videos and take photos, and you can even live stream. And that is really the cool part of it. This part excites me the most. That now you can live stream. I believe it's to Facebook and to Instagram, which makes sense, right? That you can live stream to Instagram directly from the glasses with your first person view. And I totally see people doing that. And honestly, even see doing that myself when I'm on some kind of expo. How interesting is that? I just walk
Mm-hmm.
around the expo, I live stream the stuff directly to Instagram, and it's exciting, right?
Yeah, yeah. And if you want to say something in the camera, you just switch it to your phone and your face shows up. So it's not just a faceless
It's so
stream.
smart. So smart.
It's
Well
very,
done.
very nice. But it is extremely useful for creative professions like musicians or artists. So they
Right.
can paint. You mentioned painting something and live
Perfect.
stream your process. Or an example that they showed us, there was some kind of an influencer who was playing the drums. And he
Uh-huh.
was streaming that as well. And of course, Leclerc at the Meta Connect was amazing example of how you can use the Formula One driver.
Yeah, right.
That
That was a perfect example. Right? Kart
wow,
racing
I'm
with his
like,
friends, like, okay, yes, you got me there. Perfect example. Yeah.
or imagine if you're live streaming, like some kind of a game or something. I don't know. That would only work for like flat screen gaming because you're wearing a headset. But you could live stream it on YouTube, but then at the same time you could live stream it to Instagram while you're with a first person view of your screen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I truly see these become successful. Like my wife, for example, she's a content
Mm.
creator and she has some exciting topics, like real life topics. Like we go
Yeah, she's a
out,
vlogger.
exactly. We are like checking out the world together, and we are here like eating interesting things. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you want to see me speak Chinese, look for Eliza Ang, my wife, and then you will see me speak Chinese and eat lots of things on her channel.
It's wild. If you've
It's
never heard him speak Chinese,
it's
your
super
mind will be
wild.
blown because you don't expect Chinese words coming out of this fella,
Exactly,
but they
exactly. And
do.
it's not AI, it's real. You
Yeah,
know,
it's just not the AI translation that
exactly.
imitates his voice. By the way, that also
That
soon will
works.
be possible.
It's possible.
It's already possible, yes.
Yeah, I've seen that like yesterday for the first time. Like a German friend of mine, he was doing that auto-generated, and it was perfect Chinese coming out of his mouth, and it's unbelievable. Greetings to Mo. Yeah,
Eerie, very eerie.
it's crazy. Yeah. Anyways, I can really say those words. So what I wanted to say, I can absolutely see my wife and me use these things to live stream when we go to the, I don't know, to the night market here in Taipei. It's a super exciting content. And
Yeah.
having this from the first person perspective, yes. And the glasses are not even like super expensive, right? It's like $300. But
Mm.
for people who create content, that makes so much sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and the audio is nicer too. Like you can
Ah, okay,
listen to
cool.
music very like really loud. Nobody will hear it. I was wearing
Okay.
them, and then the man who was showing to me is like talking to me, and I can't hear anything he's saying.
Right.
And I'm like, it's very loud. It's like I can't hear anything. I'm like, I don't believe you. Put them on, and then I put him on, and I couldn't hear anything. Like I couldn't hear his music, and
Wow.
it's great. I think that's amazing. And the quality of
I'm
the
getting
video
more
is better
excited about
too.
this device now. Now that I talk to you,
And they are
before I
lighter
thought like,
too.
yes, it's good, but actually that's super
They're
good.
they're lighter too, so it's even easier to kind of pretend like they're regular glasses.
Okay.
And what's important for me, the charging case is smaller. It's
Right.
not that bulky kind of cylinder shaped box. It's more like a fabric one, very
Okay.
similar to just a regular case. So you can just throw it in your bag, and it's not going to be too heavy or too bulky or take too much room. So
How
I'm
long?
excited about them.
Perfect. How long does the battery last, and how long can you live stream?
Oh,
Do you
I
know
don't
that?
remember that. All I
Okay.
remember is that the case can is enough to charge your Meta's Ray-Bans 4 times, I think,
Four
if I'm
times.
not mistaken.
Oh
But
wow.
I honestly I forgot how long the battery lasts. I'll have to check my notes.
Because everything is built into the device, into this super sleek device. So I
Yeah.
suppose it can't be so long, right? Because it's just so small.
Yeah, it's a good point. I'll have to like dig it up and see what it says. I honestly just slipped my mind.
Right.
I was too busy thinking about Quest 3, which by the
Makes
way, it's
sense.
time to
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah. It's
People
time to
getting
talk about it.
impatient.
Right. Right. By the way, Today's podcast is not sponsored by Meta, even if we talk so much about Meta, right? Just want to let everybody know this podcast is not sponsored by Meta.
Yeah, we'll talk
Right.
about the good and the bad.
We could talk about the good and the bad, but honestly, there's not so many bad things. Let's talk about honestly, really. so let's talk about the specs. And actually, on Road to VR, Ben made a very nice comparison between the Quest 3 and the Quest 2. So let's simply look into the specs here of the Quest 3, so people will know exactly what we're talking about. We are talking about high resolution. We now have 2 displays, not only 1 display. This is really good. And we have a resolution of 2064 by 2208 pixel per display, which is a higher resolution than the Quest 2. And again, we have 2 panels now, and that is amazing news. That I didn't even know. Before I thought like, okay, probably it has 1 display, and that was also floating in the interwebs. So now you can have real IPD adjustment. You can really now adjust the interpupillar distance so that your eyes are exactly aligned with the 2 displays. So no more only 3 IPD positions like on the Quest 2, but continuous IPD adjustment, and I love that. It's a big thing, right? Tetiana, what are your thoughts about this point?
I think it's an incredible thing, and I'm upset that they didn't have that before. But now it's just not going to be on the list of the downsides of their
Right.
headset, right? Because that was a big one for
Exactly.
accessibility. Like, I don't think 68 is very large distance. I mean, now it's just nobody will have to even think about it. So it's obviously a great thing. I haven't.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I can only imagine that it is amazing for accessibility, because I feel like we have pretty standard IPDs. But
Yeah, we're lucky. Like I'm 64, so I can look through anything.
yeah, so it's quite all right. It's great. It worked well, and I'm glad it's there finally.
Exactly. And the interesting part is also that this device is probably not worse than the Quest Pro, even though it's much cheaper, right? So I was expecting, okay, probably this is like one part where the Quest Pro is simply better with these 2 displays, but no, Quest 3 has it as well. So we will also have to talk about what are the advantages now of the Quest Pro, or is it simply a no-brainer now to get the Quest 3?
I feel like I don't want to say they abandoned Quest Pro, but they
did. They did, kind of.
But they did, and that's why it makes no sense for them to compromise some things in Quest 3 and say, yeah, but you can buy Quest Pro if you want this. No, they wanted all the best stuff in Quest 3 without any compromises. So I fully expected it to be better than Quest Pro. If they wanted to sell this headset, it had to be that kind of quality. And also, while this is a very nice comparison, because most people have Quest 2, it would be a slightly more fair comparison if it was a Quest Pro, at least in the third column. But that's all right, because it's still pancake lenses. Resolution is different. FOV is actually FOV.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about
better. This. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Exactly.
It should be compared to Quest Pro.
Yeah, right. So Quest Pro, I paid 2,000 euros for the Quest Pro and drove to France, just to remind everyone. Unfortunately, I still have to buy the Meta headsets by myself, and let's see how that will change in the future, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, so that's the resolution. Now let's talk about the refresh rate. We got 90 hertz and still have 120 hertz experimental, so that's the same like the Quest 2. And yeah, I'm happy about it, that it can do 120 hertz experimental. But honestly, I'm also even fine with the 90 hertz. That is good. Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about one thing. So it's LCD, right? It's not like some other fancy new thing like QLED or OLED. So that's probably one of the kind of downsides, that you probably are not going to get the same nice colors like the Quest Pro. So you have looked through it. What about the colors? Do you have these kind of gray blacks like the Quest 2? Or tell us about what you thought about the colors.
I'm trying to remember now. So I remember I was paying a lot of attention on the pass-through quality, pass-through colors.
Okay,
but of
makes
course,
sense,
with the VR experiences, Oh, gee, I know it was so much better than Quest 2, but I had a
Okay.
feeling like, gosh, I really wish that I could try Quest Pro right now to test it because it looked great, but it was just, uh, I think we will have to wait until like we have it in our hands to actually do a side by side comparison because
For
it
the
looked
for the
great
for the pass through
for the no
for the
for the
colors
actual like colors
for the
like oh no
colors. Okay.
we'll talk about
Yeah.
pass through. Oh, I don't have to
Exactly. Yeah.
wait. I don't
Exactly.
have to wait for that.
Yeah.
But in terms of just like the quality of the image, it looked fantastic to me. And I've tried some pretty like phenomenal titles there, the demo. And maybe it's just that I was distracted by those titles. I remember I was looking at the clarity at the text and I was thinking, this is like crystal clarity, like
Wow.
Pimax crystal clarity, almost
Really?
probably like it was so good. I'm like,
Oh.
is this like I can see like this text? I can almost not see any pixels. Like it was amazing. And
Wow.
like, no, maybe I'm just imagining this stuff. So I wanted to go back, but there wasn't much time to test it. Um, I honestly think that if someone's going to complain about it being LCD, they're just being facetious because
Oh, really?
it's practically you won't be able to complain about it. You can only complain about it if you see it on paper and you
Okay.
think it can be better. But it
I mean, it's just about the colors. I believe that it's crystal clear, right? It's the optic stack is what counts, right? The
mhm,
combination of lenses, and I truly believe
mhm,
they are amazing, right? And the
mhm.
display. So the resolution is better than Quest Pro. So I totally believe that it's better. But LCD is still LCD in terms of
Yeah.
colors. So I still believe yes. While I believe the picture is going to be crystal clear, I don't expect to have these dark blacks from like the Quest Pro can
So,
do or the Crystal, for example.
but Quest Pro only does it if it's enabled, right? Or now
Right.
they, yeah. So I think that that's the only difference. Yes, because now that I think about it, of all the things that I was wowed at the demo, I don't remember a moment where I would go, wow, look at those blacks. Like,
Okay.
it's not like I was disappointed or anything, but I just didn't have the wow factor about that. So
Right.
you're probably right about it, but at the same time, if you don't expect it, I guess it's not going to ruin your experience.
Yeah.
And
I totally believe that the visuals are going to blow us away, right? This combination of those lenses and this higher resolution and the better chip that can actually drive those pixels. So yes, I totally get it that it must look good. I can't wait to see
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so let's talk about the optics stack. Let's talk about the lenses. And here we see pancake, non-Fresnel. That's what we were expecting. And I believe that these are even like a bit better than from the Quest Pro. That's actually what I got from the presentation. Or is it the same? Or did you see any differences? What were your thoughts when you looked through it?
I just thought it looked very similar to Quest Pro. And I mean, I was happy about it because I absolutely love the Quest Pro visuals. Like, say whatever you want about that headset, it can't compare to Quest 2. And I mean,
Yeah,
it should be better. Resolution is better than on Quest Pro 2, so it should be even better. Again, I'm like looking forward to doing the side by side comparison because I think
agreed.
it's going to be a very fair one because the price is different. So you Quest 3 is cheaper, but it looks like it is better. So I want to make sure that you can actually notice it.
Right. It sounds so much like a no-brainer, right? Like cheaper and better. That's the combination that we like. That's the combination that everyone likes.
At
So,
this point, Quest Pro would give you an advantage if you don't want a headset that's being pressed to your face. I like that visor design. I mean, it's really nice that like, oh, I just happen to have it. Oh, look at this. It just kind of hangs on top
you
of like
become
in
like
front of
me,
your
like
eyes.
all the headsets are under your table.
I know, right? And well, yeah, so you just, for some of you who don't know it, which is of course everybody knows it, but the fact that it hangs on top of your like eyes is just amazing. And
Yeah, I like that too, honestly speaking.
I have full blockers, full light blockers, and I never even use them. I just sort
Right.
of let it hang, and I let my eyes be sort of available whenever I need them. And of course, what else did I want to say? Oh, and of course, if you want eye tracking and face tracking, then
Right.
you also will get Quest Pro.
Of course. Of course. Yeah, anyways, so those lenses, they were so good on the Quest Pro. And even if it was just the same lens, even if they didn't make it even better, yeah, still the best on the market. I haven't seen better lenses, better pancake. I haven't seen better pancake lenses yet on the market. So to have that with a higher resolution, okay, shut up
Yeah.
and take my money.
Yeah.
I really, it's just like that.
I would be completely happy if they just used exactly the same technology, like not even improving it. Like,
Okay.
yeah, just put it in a gaming headset, sell it for cheaper.
And here we go.
But they
Yeah.
did do it, make
They-
it better. So
Come on, it's
exceeding
ridiculous.
expectations.
I like that. I like that. I like this kind of like under promise and over deliver. That is a good thing.
Nice.
That is exactly the opposite of another company that we both know, right? They do the exact opposite. I
That we
believe
will not
everybody knows what we're
mention
talking
here.
about. so
If you watch this podcast often, often enough, then you know exactly what we're talking about.
and you should watch this podcast or listen to it every single week because we're back weekly. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. So we know what we're talking about here. Right. So pancake lenses, good pancake lenses, the best pancake lenses on the market, period. Right now. I haven't seen better ones.
Yeah.
So until then I
No.
will, like praise where praise is due. I've been criticizing Meta for 2 years straight when they did this shit with the forced Facebook login. But praise where praise is due. Right? They cut the Facebook login and now they're coming with amazing products for cheap prices. So thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about the next thing that where they underpromised and freaking over delivered. So I can remember that Boss talked about the FOV of the Quest 3 in some kind of like Ask Me Anything or something, and he said like, yeah, it's like Quest 2. Okay, but now it seems at least that the FOV is actually good. It's actually better. So field of view now 110 degrees horizontally and 96 vertically. And compare that to the 96 degrees of the Quest 2 and the 96 vertically. So it seems like in terms of horizontal FOV, it's much bigger. This is even bigger than the FOV of the Valve Index, which is like 108. So yeah, that sounds amazing. But now tell me what you think about it, because you have actually looked through it. I have not looked through it yet. Don't crush my
okay.
dreams. Oh no! Are you crushing my dreams right now of that wide FOV headset?
It's not a wide FOV headset.
Oh,
It's
really?
a Quest
Okay.
headset.
Oh no! I was so happy. I was like hyping it in my video. This part.
Again, there is some stuff that's being very exciting on paper, and then there is something that you see and you kind of feel like, not super
Okay.
impressed.
Okay.
So
Okay. Good.
you
that
can't
tell
tell
us
that
this.
you can't tell that it's better than Quest, of course. Like, I mean,
So okay,
you
it's
can
better than
always
Quest 2 for sure.
yes, it is. It is wider than Quest 2.
Okay, because
Again-
when you already went close to the lenses in the Quest 2, right, by using a different kind of face gasket, you could already increase the FOV, right? So and here now you have this eye relief, which means you can also get closer to the lenses. You can also even get a bigger one. So when you tried it, did you use the closest distance to the lenses?
It was quite controlled in that regard.
okay,
You know,
probably
they
you
give you
didn't.
a headset. They give you the headset, and you try
Okay,
experiences. And I just remember thinking that this looks like a pretty standard Quest
Okay,
FOV.
so there is still hope. Probably it was set to the widest distance to your eyes, and then you can still like tweak it and get your eyes super close to the lenses to have this 110 degrees. Yes, this is my hope now.
Okay, whatever makes you happy, Sebastian.
Yeah, exactly, right? I can still hope.
If you did try the Quest Pro with a full light blockers, I would say that it's a very, very similar to that.
Okay.
And again, on paper, I believe it's a bit higher, and maybe the reported FOV of Quest Pro is 106. The reported FOV of Quest 3 is 110. I didn't see the difference. And
Okay.
it's if it's 4 degrees, it's like, I don't think it's humanly possible to actually tell the difference.
Right.
Especially because I don't know if I trust this reporting. They always over-report and say higher FOV than others. And I think some other creators noticed that it was not 110. It wasn't bad. like I wasn't bothered because I didn't expect a crazy FOV. It's still a Quest that has like that kind of same design. But I think maybe, and that's what I say in my video too, FOV was the only thing that I wasn't like excited about. It was just
Okay.
okay. It was
Okay,
okay. It
but
wasn't
there's
bad.
still
It was
hope.
okay.
Well, I want this thing now, really. I haven't felt like this about a headset for a long time. This kind of one factor. I'm always super happy to get a new headset. But seldom do I have this, wow, I really want this now as soon as possible. And I'm super happy that 10th of October is not so far away anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
wow,
really exciting.
I need to look through this thing. Wow.
It,
Looking forward to it.
I'm just waiting when we can start talking about the pass-through, man. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
really
we're
impatient.
getting we're getting to that, and I'm excited about it too, obviously. But let's go through the list here, point by point. Let's make it a bit more exciting. And yeah, we're getting to 200 viewers here. So, by the way, if you're watching this live right now, hello there. Why don't you share? Why
Hello.
don't you share this link to your friends? This is a very cool live stream, I believe. And there's still super hot topics like the pass through. So share the
Mm.
love, and let's get to 200 viewers at the same time. That would be incredible. Yeah, let's have a party here. This is a quest party, honestly speaking.
It is
So
a quest
it
party.
is a quest party. It is a quest party. So we have continuous IPD and stepped eye relief. So I like this. I like that you can now change the eye relief, and actually it is built into the the facial interface. It is not like continuous, so it's not like the Valve Index where you have some kind of knob, right? Here it's several positions. Could you play with that part?
Uh, what are we talking about? I'm sorry. I think
Oh,
I lost
you
you.
were
Was
not
that
listening to me.
IPD?
You're talking about the eye relief.
IPD?
No, eye relief. The distance from your eyes to the lenses. You can
But
change.
that's what I was. But that's what I was saying. Yeah, they wouldn't let me.
Yeah,
They
right. They
wouldn't
didn't.
let me
Okay,
play with
good.
that. But
Good.
yeah, I would love to try it. It's. I think it's a cool idea
It's a
because
cool
they
idea.
initially did it just for glasses, but then they also are selling lenses, like the lens inserts, so they kind of cover all their bases.
Super
It's pretty
nice.
cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we
Mm.
have IPD adjustment with a little what is it, like a adjustment wheel. You can do it from 53 to 75 millimeters, which is a pretty wide range. So
Mm.
now it should cover most of the people, really. Like 53 is on the very low end, and 75 is pretty wide. So I'm happy that more people can actually make this fit their eyes and their faces. So that's good news.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, I haven't heard any complaints about like the fitting. In fact, I can even go as far as to say that as much as a stock soft strap hater that I was with Quest 2, I can say that I am much more tolerating now the soft strap on Quest 3.
That was exactly
Um,
what I expecting, honestly speaking, because you don't
yeah,
have this. It's not so front heavy, I suppose, right? Because it is not so deep. So therefore, yeah, I believe it should be fine to use the soft strap.
it's something about probably that, mostly that the weight, but also maybe the design. Because the design, if you saw the videos and pictures, unlike Quest, I don't have it right here with me, but it has just one strap at the bottom of the Quest 2 strap, but at Quest 3 it has like a fork design, sort of
Ah,
like
okay.
goes and then it separates and becomes like that, and that creates a better support system for your head.
Yeah,
Show me
this
that.
this
Yeah,
is
here you go. See, that sucks. That's
yeah,
just
right.
one strap, and it's awful. It keeps slipping up. Now imagine that strap separates into like a fork, and it goes to both sides, and
That
you
makes so
can
much more
adjust it.
sense.
Adjusting is much easier too. Like it's easier,
Agreed.
and then it's just more comfortable fit on your head. I found it very comfortable, which I think is a great thing, because if I found it comfortable and so many people out there found regular stock strap comfortable on Quest 2, then they will find the Quest 3 really good as well, and they will save themselves $70 that they would otherwise spend on the Elite strap.
Right.
So
And actually, I did like it like this. because you could easily transport it. I could easily put this into my backpack, for example, right? But it was not so comfortable because front heaviness, But if it's now better on the Quest 3, all right, perfect.
Yeah, I used it on a plane. That's the only one that's actually comfortable to use on a plane because you can
Exactly.
kick back on your seat. So
Exactly.
that is good for traveling, but it's also helpful if it's comfortable.
So Quest 3 is on a plane very soon, in a plane near you. Yes.
You said it as if they're going to be giving away.
yeah, exactly. Who knows? That would be cool, actually. I would like it.
That would be cool, like they give away the like little earbuds.
Exactly.
Yeah, in the
They
future
do.
they'll be like Quest 3 anyone?
Yeah.
Quest 3? Except
would be-
probably going to be visor, like glasses.
I believe so. That will happen at one point in time, probably in business class. Not with the Quest 3, obviously, but probably with the Quest 5 or 6 when it's just like this kind of form factor. My dreams. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's talk about the next thing here. Let's talk about the power. So obviously we knew already that this has the next generation of Snapdragon XR2, Gen 2, which is called the Gen 2, which is more than double as powerful as the original Snapdragon XR2. So that is amazing news, which means like now, actually, the resolution, the high resolution of the display, probably it can be fired up by this chip. So standalone graphics are supposedly becoming way better, and we did see that also in the keynote. They were giving some examples how developers can now actually make their games look much better, right? So they showed it in Asgard's Wrath, how good it looks. They also showed Saints and Sinners, what the developers did there as compared to the Quest 2 version, how now they can put more stuff and make it more beautiful. And I think that now finally we could get some standalone games which look kind of close to PC. Okay, still, obviously, we're not going to reach PC VR yet, but it will not feel like, oh no, I have to play a standalone version. It's going to be much more like, okay, this looks actually quite nice. What were your thoughts about trying it and seeing it in action?
Asgard's Wrath doesn't even have a PC VR version.
Yes, I totally agreed. So you have to play that on standalone. But
so you're just gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
And frankly speaking, I'm surprised they called it XR2 Gen 2. That's so misleading. That's freaking XR3 right there.
Right.
With that power. And I haven't tried Asgard's Wrath. I tried Assassin's Creed.
Ah, how was it?
Oh.
Good?
It was phenomenal. It was very big. Like that's the word that comes to mind. You're in there and it truly feels like it's an open world. You can go anywhere. You can like jump on roofs. You can do the leap of faith that you did in the original titles where you like jump into the haystack. You can interact with people, hide from guards. Like you can do, I don't know. I tried it for a short time, but it just felt like there's so much you can do and so many places you can go. I miss that in VR, when I was always a big fan of open world games, and I kind of almost dislike the linear progression, the games that create fake open world, kind of like
okay.
I mean, like even in Horizon, like you could
just do
God
one
of
thing.
War. God of War is a great game, but you kind of just do this one thing, and I love doing my own thing.
Right.
So I feel like it's great. I love Zenith for that reason. You can do whatever. It's amazing, and Assassin's Creed is just such a great game. And that I think is one of the good examples of how powerful this chipset is and what kind of experiences we can expect from it, because that would never ever been possible on a headset like Quest 2, and now you don't have to compromise that kind of quality and sheer size of the game. And I mentioned also in my video that, damn it, like, and they sell 128 and 512, and I feel like very soon the 128 version was just going to fill up just like the 64 version did. And they do the same stuff they did before, where they're pushing people to buy a much more expensive version of the headset, which I can't blame them. Apple does it all the time. as you know, Sebastian.
now I know. Yeah, now I know.
Yeah, so they always push for a more expensive version, and 258 is really like the sweet spot that would be great to have, but of course they didn't give it because nobody would ever buy the 512 version then.
Yeah, but I must honestly say this is better than Apple because yes, you do pay $150 more, but you get 4 times the memory. So this is a pretty good deal in my opinion. And in my opinion, people should go for the 512 gigabyte version and not for the smaller version.
Not unless people buy this headset as their primary PCVR headset.
Yeah, those you're right. If they just want to do PCVR, of course, you can just go for the smaller version. Agreed. Good point. Good
So,
point.
which some people still do that with their 64 gig version, and they have a
Yeah.
great deal for it because it was really cheap and they got a pretty good one.
But then probably the resale value will be much better on the 512 gigabyte version. So even if I was a PCVR player, I would still go for the bigger version. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I wonder what people do. Do people buy which version?
Oh
Let me-
yeah, that's
let me
that's
do-
interesting.
Let me
I
do a
wonder.
poll. Let me do a poll, a live
Because
poll
I'm
right
gonna
now.
because I gotta be honest, the giveaway that I have on my channel, if you enter that giveaway, like you watch the video, you subscribe, and you put the hashtag. If you enter it, I'm going to, if you win, it's going to be a 128 gig version. I cannot afford to buy the
Same here.
512. Same
Same
with
here. I was
Sebastian.
stingy.
I still think that it's a great deal if you win it. So I hope you enter. I hope that you win. Good luck. But I'm afraid that even though I would recommend to buy 512, I can only afford to give away 128 version. So I hope that whoever wins it will still be happy about that.
I'm sure they will. That would be so sad, right? You win a new Quest 3 and then you kind of like tell, what? I wanted the 512 gigabyte version. No.
Yeah, I'm actually working right now. I don't know if it's going to work out, but because it's so exciting. Like people are so excited about it, and it's so great to see people excited about VR and not
Exactly,
like shit talk
finally.
about it. So I was talking to someone from the Meta team to please give me one more for the giveaway so that there are 2 winners, because it's just so many entrants and only one winner. It's I will feel bad for the rest. So if it's 2 headsets, then it will be like a little bit more exciting to enter. So it's not official. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it happens, it's going to be really cool. Because you gave away
Right.
2 headsets, right?
I did, yeah.
Oh, not so stingy then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was one for my German channel and one for the international channel. So unfortunately, I had to buy it by myself, just like you. So, but I think it's cool. It's a great thing to do it.
Yeah.
Now you can actually join the poll. So, which version of the Quest 3 are you getting? 512 or 128? So, do put your vote in now. We only have 49 votes right now. So we need many more people to join this vote. Good. So let's keep on talking about the specs here.
I voted, by the way,
Okay, cool.
because I'm also a user.
Yeah. All right. So yes, Snapdragon. We have a bit more of a RAM, 8 gigabytes compared to 6. Yeah. Obviously, we would like to have even more. 12 would have been great, but I suppose 8 should be fine. Then storage, we talked about it, 128 and 512. Probably at one point in time, they will say, okay, now we have the 256 gigabyte version for the same price. At one point in time in the future, just like they did with the Quest 2. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So interestingly, the weight of the device, it's even a bit heavier than the Quest 2. So this weighs 515 grams as compared to the 503 grams of the Quest 2. However, I suppose because it is not so deep, it's not so front heavy, it should feel lighter. But tell me about it. You wore it.
I think this is a bit misleading.
Okay.
Because you saw that thing. It's tiny.
It looks great. It looks tiny.
It doesn't feel heavier than Quest 2. So I think what's happening is the piece of information that's missing here is that 515 gram is the weight of a headset, the head strap, and the facial interface.
Okay.
And with all those things combined, maybe it comes up to that, with all those things combined, Quest 2 probably comes out to 503. I actually haven't weighed yet. But I think, and I will test this and I will let everyone know, if you remove the head strap and you remove the facial interface, I guess facial interface doesn't make sense because it's still going to be in front of you. But just out of curiosity, like the headset itself, I'd be very surprised if just the headset part is heavier than Quest 2.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
almost
It
think
looks
that
smaller. It looks
those
just so much smaller.
I almost think that those 12 gram are probably the fork of
The
the
what?
head strap. Like
Okay.
like I honestly think that it's so little that it could be just the head strap because it has slightly more fabric now.
Right.
So if that is the case, then it's not heavier at all. And because it's also smaller, then yes, like the center of gravity is going to be different.
Right.
So I don't know why everybody's making such a big deal. Oh, it's 12 gram heavier. Do you know
I
how
don't make a
much?
big deal of it. I
Do
think
you
it's
know
gonna be
how
good.
much 12 gram
Yeah.
is? Like, people realize that you can never even feel it. So yeah, that's just my thoughts about it. I think that all things considered, like with facial interface and head strap, it just gives this weird number. But the Quest 3 is obviously lighter.
Yeah. Right. So, what are your thoughts about the battery still being in the front? Like the competition, the Pico 4, they put the battery in the back, which led to a very nice balanced feel. Did you feel any front
Hmm.
heaviness, or what are your thoughts about that?
No, it was
Okay.
it was really nice. It was so much more comfortable in Quest 2. That's all.
Ah,
That's all I
perfect.
can say.
Perfect.
I still would prefer a better strap. Like, don't say I'm not saying that it's a great soft strap that's super comfortable. Like, of course, I would prefer um something better, like Bobo VR head
Yeah,
strap,
for
even the Elite
example.
head strap. But um, but with the size that the Quest 3 is, and with that soft strap, it was quite comfy. And um, I think it's very important, especially because of all the past two experiences that are going to be on this headset. If you can't wear it for very long, it doesn't matter how present you feel in your real world, you wouldn't be able to use it. So comfort is paramount here.
Comfort is
And
important.
yeah, I think the smaller form factor of Quest 3 is definitely contributing to that.
Great. And you know what? Even though I do like the approach with the battery in the back, what I really actually loved about the Quest 2 was that you can exchange the head strap. That truly is a cool thing. So that's also a reason why the battery's in the front, I believe, because you can make all
Hmm.
these amazing head straps. You can get the third party head straps from Kiwi and yeah, Bobo and all the names, right? So that is a good thing, and obviously also for Meta because they can sell their own straps and basically earn all the money back that they didn't earn by that kind of okay good price for the device. So it's overall it's genius. It's just like the Quest 2. It was also genius to make it like this. So they
Hmm.
are actually earning the money from the accessories. Super smart
Yeah.
move. They're doing everything really smartly. So yeah, that's that.
Hmm.
All right, let's talk about the battery life. So the battery life here it says 1.5 to 3 hours as compared to 2 to 3 hours for the Quest 2. So obviously we couldn't try it ourselves. We simply have to trust them on this. Any thoughts about this part?
Yeah, that's not something I could try, but I know that they had like some kind of an information about the battery life specific, like specific to the type of activity that you do on your headset. So I'm trying to find it right now, what exactly it was. But basically, if you use it for gaming, if you use it for like watching TV or something, let me try to find it, and maybe I can give you like a quick overlook. Um, Sorry, it might take me a little bit.
No
I
problem.
don't know. It's hard. Like you can't really say much about it
Yeah,
without
we have to
without
check it
playing it for three
ourselves.
hours. But
Exactly.
yeah,
We have to check it
and yeah.
ourselves.
So essentially, overall, they claim that it's going to be 2.2 hours of usage on average.
Okay.
2.9 hours of if you do media, which I don't know, maybe like TV or something. 2.4 hours if gaming, which surprised me.
Okay.
Almost 2.5 hours. That's for just for gaming. I don't think you can play Asgard's Wrath for 2.5 hours. Like
Yeah,
honestly,
it
I'll be
will it
surprised.
will totally depend on the kind of game you play. Like how heavy is it
Yeah,
on the CPU and everything. So
and
yeah,
and then they said that productivity is 1.5 hours, and I don't know what that means. What is productivity on
productivity
Quest 3, and
probably if you
how it
use the
can be
if you use the mixed reality part, like the camera is working, the inside out, the pass through working.
like maybe with immersed, like maybe with some kind of productivity apps or connecting to PC. I don't know. But that seems to have drained the battery a lot. I would be interested to see like battery life with VR, battery life with MR.
Right.
That's
That would make
interesting.
sense. That would make sense.
Hmm.
Well, we're going to find out soon enough. Obviously, we're all going to check it out and then tell you about it. Yeah, but the great thing is we know this kind of battery life from the Quest 2, from the Pico 4, and we did find solutions, right? There's people out there, there's companies out there who made these amazing head straps with batteries. You don't even need to use the first party ones. You can get cheaper ones from third party, and probably it's a good idea to wait for those because $130 for the Elite battery strap. Yeah, right. Anyways, let's
Yeah, yeah.
right, exactly. Let's talk about the next stuff. Controller tracking, no. Headset tracking inside out, just like before. I suppose you didn't feel any problems with that, with the tracking, right? I
No, not at
suppose.
all.
Controllers,
Not at all.
controllers are still headset tracked, but now they're also using the cameras for optical tracking, right? It's not only the infrared; it's also like optical tracking. That's how I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Did I
Yeah.
understand that
Well,
correctly?
I uh I think so. They did not talk about it too much during the demo,
Okay,
and I made a mistake of not asking, but I was
right.
focusing more on the, like, I haven't noticed any tracking issues with it. I was
Okay,
focusing on the haptic feedback,
all right. How was
because
it?
the haptics are really really interesting. They kind of had this game that we tried called Samba de Amigo,
Yeah, right.
and it's
Rhythm
like
game.
a rhythm game where you're holding virtual maracas in your hands and you're like shaking them to the beat. And I think, and I'm sure that that's the game they picked for the demo to show
Tracking.
the haptic. It's so weird. Like, it's so weird to feel like you, like there's sand going inside, your hand in these
Wow.
controllers. It really
That
felt
sounds good
like it's
though.
shaking. It was so good. So yeah, it was chosen not for tracking. It was chosen for the haptic feedback, the imitation of those maracas in your hand. That was really really cool.
Okay,
So
okay.
I
Looking forward to
enjoyed
that
it.
part.
Yes, yeah,
Perfect.
that was really great.
Nice.
I don't know if, I mean, Quest Pro controllers probably can do the same. I
Probably. Yeah,
think,
they also had
because
really
they
good,
because
good
yeah, and
haptics.
they can be paired with Quest 3.
Cannot?
So can, yeah,
Can.
they can.
Okay. Good.
So I don't think that there would be a compromise there, but they definitely improved the controllers on that come in the box.
Nice. So everything's better. Nice.
Mhm.
So now, finally, we come to the topic that you wanted to talk about because we talk about the onboard cameras. So we have 6 external cameras. So 18 PPD RGB sensors times 2. So
Mm.
how good is the pass through? This is really the huge topic, and I hope it's better than Quest Pro.
Is the best pastor you've ever seen.
Yes, this is exactly what I wanted to hear. Thank you.
It is the best pass through because that's the first time that you can use pass through and you actually have a feeling like you're in your room
Oh, come on.
instead of
That's
just
exactly
it's
what I want.
and that's because of that depth sensor mostly. Because yeah, having this sensation of the objects being 3D and being around you is what gives you the freedom to like walk around and jump around and kind of go around the tables and not being afraid that you're not actually sensing the how close you're getting to it. It is almost one to one.
Wow.
But
Okay, good.
without being one to one, it wouldn't be so realistic either. So This is going to be the revolution of mixed
Wow.
reality applications. Like,
That
think
is what I
about your
was hoping
favorite
for.
think about your favorite mixed reality application. And
Yeah.
now imagine that you're actually in your room while you're doing it. Like, think about the piano app, the Piano Vision one, where you
Right.
hitting the keys. You actually see your keys in 3D, and those blocks would be like falling on top of them. I don't know, like vermilion, right? When you're
Oh, come
painting
on.
in
This
your
is
room. Imagine
so
you're in your
genius.
room, and you can, like, you can see your phone. You probably can see the TV, or you can
Yeah.
talk to your spouse or your friends, and you're painting it. So the only difference is that they cannot see your face. Um, so the
For that,
colors,
you will need to buy the Apple Vision Pro.
yes, the colors. Do you remember the colors on Quest Pro?
It
Quest
looked
Pro Quest
terrible.
Pro?
It
Can
looked
you
terrible.
describe it to me?
Yeah,
How
it
does it?
looked. I can tell you exactly how they looked like. It looked like gray with color superimposed on it, because that's exactly what happened. You did have those two gray cameras, which black and white cameras, which picked up the depth, and then you had this one RGB camera which picked up the colors, and they did some software magic to superimpose the colors onto the black and white picture, and that's how it
Hmm.
looked. It looked not good enough, in my opinion.
It was not matching.
And it was not matching.
It
It
was
was
never
strange.
matching. You could always see the black kind of outline or something. So it's not like that. And that's what makes the difference, because you actually
Perfect.
see things in color and not fake color, not like it's a black and white movie just colored on top of
Right.
it. So yeah, and I am super hyped about it, but I feel like I'm overhyping it because I make it sound like it looks like life. It doesn't. It
It
still has some fuzz.
okay.
It even has some distortions.
All right. Yeah, that's what I didn't like about the Quest Pro as well. A lot of distortions, right? If you would move objects close to you, like would deform a lot.
Close to you, yes. Further away, not so much, but
Okay.
only like at the edges. So
Right.
it's still better. It's better than Quest Pro. Like, it's easier to choose to ignore if you want to, but it's still like in if it's not a well lit space, you can see the fuzz that's similar to Quest Pro. So what I'm saying is not that it's a perfect pass through and it can be any better. What I'm saying is, so far is the best one I have seen.
Nice.
So there is room for
That's
growth.
yeah, of course. From
But
generation to
it's,
generation, it's gonna look better now.
yeah, but it's going to be so much more fun experiencing those pass through games. And I have experienced some of them. And it's not just pass through that's exciting, right? It's like the room mapping and scene
Right.
anchors that they added. That was mind blowing.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
That is just the promise of mixed reality and augmented reality, how we imagined it, right? That you can put these virtual monitors everywhere that you want, and it really sticks there with perfect tracking, and that's what it does, it seems.
The monitors, like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, the scene, yeah, yeah, you can like create like your environment. I haven't tried that, but
Ah, yeah.
they basically, it can, yeah, understand walls, it can understand floors and ceilings, it can understand furniture in a very detailed way, not like just a box for a chair, but a chair.
Wow, this is
There
cool.
was a little game that I played called First Encounters, which is kind of like the new version of First Steps,
Hmm.
I think, where it's a very simple thing. You're kind of shooting little fuzzy creatures around the room. As you're shooting, if you hit the wall, it breaks, and there is a virtual world behind it.
Yeah, I love
So
this
like
stuff.
you can
Yeah.
destroy the stuff. It's true mixed reality because you're interacting with your reality, and then those little fuzzy creatures, they can run around your room and they can hide behind real
Oh wow.
objects.
Oh my goodness. I'll go crazy with that stuff. I love that.
Yeah, and yeah, and it all feels three-dimensional, like that real world doesn't look flat. So you actually like lean, under the chair to shoot it. It's hiding beneath the chair, like it's a 3D object. And just imagine what can be done with that very, very soon. Like, it was just that little demo felt so engaging and so exciting because it felt like it was happening in your room. That really blew me away.
Wow. I can't wait for this. So in my opinion, this is the device that's going to bring mixed reality to us consumers, where it really starts. So yes, we got a little glimpse with the Quest Pro, but nobody bought it, or very few people bought it, and we didn't really see lots of adoption for the developers. But now with this device, the first time these kind of experiences will be played by lots of people, and I'm sure it's going to be magic, just like how you explained it, right? Suddenly, yeah, those things, those characters are in your room. They can even hide behind stuff. Things are going to come out of your wall. It's going to be magic. Or you can play like this virtual Lego that we're going to talk about in a moment. It's mind blowing, mind boggling. It's a revolution. It is a complete new stage of our industry being in, and that's also what Apple is going to bring to the table. All right, mixed reality, this augmented reality things, and wow, Meta is bringing it now to the table a bit earlier and for a much better price. That is much
Yeah.
more. That's much much easier to digest than the 3,500 that Apple is asking for. Right, so exciting
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I know Apple are too big to be worried, but maybe they should get a little bit worried because
Yeah,
from what I
I think they will
see,
get a bit worried, a little bit.
yeah, maybe a little. I know it's a different use
Yeah,
for Apple, but still, like the price is way too different.
it is too different. Yeah.
Um,
And it seems like you can do very similar things here on the Quest 3 as well. Like you can have these big monitors and play video games, right? With Xbox, for example, Xbox Cloud is coming to Meta Quest 3. So just like you have these virtual screens that you have with the Apple Vision Pro, where you can play Apple Arcade, you can have exactly the same virtual screens now with the Meta Quest 3 and even play your Xbox games in it. So yeah, I do believe that Apple is like a little bit scared or like concerned about how good this device seems to be. So
mhm.
exciting. I'm super excited about it. Cool, cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
So that's what I wanted to say about it. It's pretty cool. I want to play
Yeah.
more with it. I want to like test it in different environments. I want to test different mixed reality apps with it. It's going to make you a believer into the mixed reality
Right.
technology and its potential.
Yeah, I also believe so. I believe that people who until now thought, ah, mixed reality is just a stupid gimmick, I don't need it, when they have it now and when they see what can be done, they will become believers. I'm pretty sure that this is what this device is going to do for us and this industry. Perfect. So let's keep on looking at this. So we have the cameras input, we have, yeah, the controllers, obviously. They still use one AA battery, which is great. We have hand tracking and voice. Yes, of course. Audio. So the in-head strap speakers are supposed to be a bit better now as compared to before. I honestly thought the Quest 2 ones were already good enough. So any comments on the loudspeakers?
Um, no complaints. It
Okay,
was
good
good.
enough. Yeah.
It was good. It was again. It was kind of loud in the room, and I had to keep it a bit down to be able to communicate with the guide. But yeah, it was great. I heard like Samo de Amigo, and I was playing Stranger Things VR, like all those audio effects that were really really cool, and the music was clear. And it's a great news for anyone who doesn't like using headphones while playing VR, because who wants that? So yeah, the better the speakers are, the better the overall experience.
Okay, got it. Yep, so good that you have nothing to complain about here. That's great news. Then we have a microphone. Yeah, probably also not going to be worse than the one on the Quest 2, which was fine. So good news. Pass through, yes, we know color and we talked about it. Yeah, let's talk a moment about the price. $500 for the 128 gigabyte version and 650 for the 512 gigabyte version. So yes, it is more expensive than the Quest 2. So do let me know about your thoughts about the pricing, Tatiana.
I mean, just disappointed a bit, I guess. I mean, it's not that I'm disappointed that it's too expensive. It's just that I wish that they made the same splash that they did with Quest 2 with this unbelievably affordable headset for what it is. Now it still seems much, affordable for what it offers, but a regular consumer is not going to stop and think, oh, but what am I getting? But how much am I spending? They're just gonna think, oh, $650 and even more in Europe. Meh, like it's
Yeah.
not worth it. Like $300 was enough for people to make like an impulse buy a Christmas present, a birthday gift, and just see kind of if it's good or not. It's not going to happen with a $500 headset. So I don't think it's going to be as big of a sensation.
Right.
But we know the kind of technology that is in this headset. I think it's really good. Like, it's a freaking amazing
exactly.
deal.
I just want to say, like, okay,
So
for
good.
what you're getting here, it's pretty amazing, though.
It's amazing. It's just that
Yeah.
in convincing people will take a little bit, but still, again, if they look for alternatives, they're not gonna find any, except for Quest 2, right? So they're not gonna find any headset that's better or compares to this one in the same or similar price points. So
Probably
maybe
next
that.
year, the Pico 5, if they come out worldwide, we will have to
Yeah,
talk
true,
about, we have to
true.
think about it. But
True.
until that time, it will truly be unique. Obviously, you can also buy a PSVR 2, which I also like, and you got these OLED colors. But yeah, it's not standalone, obviously. So I totally
Yeah.
agree with you. This is not anymore impulse buy category for nobody. This is really like you have to think about it. Is it worth it? And then you'll make the decision. So I totally agree with you. It is not going to be selling as many units as the Quest 2 did, for sure not. But I must tell you, I'm actually kind of happy that the pricing is a bit more realistic now, because that was not sustainable on the long run. Even for Meta, it was not easy to sustain these super cheap prices where they subsidize each and every headset. So it wasn't good for them. So yes, now they have built that huge player base and they succeeded with it. So developers can live by making titles for the Quest ecosystem. Great. They've done an amazing job. But right now, to have these more realistic prices is going to be better for the whole industry, because competition is good. With a $300 price, like there was no other headset company kind of could compete against them. And when you saw some other headsets for higher prices, people would just think like, huh? That's ridiculous. How can you sell a headset for, I don't know, $599 like the PSVR 2, right? So I think everything's going to get more healthy now and more realistic. And honestly, $500 for this kind of technology, and I just imagine how magical it's going to be. So I'm giddy to get it, right? So
Yeah.
$500 for this kind of technology is an amazing price. Like my iPhone was like nearly 4 times that price, and I will be able to, yeah, exactly. And I will be able to do many more things with the Quest 3. So I think it's an amazing price.
I think Ollie is making a really good point here, who says there's an effect where higher price is perceived as higher value. This is absolutely correct. Oh my gosh,
True.
this is such a
True.
good point. Because now, like with Quest 2, a lot of people now have the perception that, okay, Quest 2 is like crap VR, like it's a mobile
Which is not
VR
even true. Exactly.
compared to some high-end PC VR hardware, where you can like fire up. You need an expensive PC. It's an expensive, like $1,000 or $1,500 headset. Just without trying, they might think Quest 2 is crap just because it's so cheap. So I totally agree with that. I think that it does create a wrong image of that, just because of the price. Because like if you buy a $10 wine and then you buy the same bottle of wine for $50, you will value the more expensive one more, even if it's exactly the same wine. It's just psychology. So this might actually help maybe redeem the reputation of Meta being like the cheap headset compared to other high-end headsets, even though it's still not, it's still
still
within
good.
the affordable rate. So
Yes.
it's still not a $1,500 headset. They got a lot of shit for a headset that costs $1,500. So they kind of go to all the extremes until they find the golden middle.
Right. Yeah, $500, while it's not cheap, it's good value, in my opinion, for what you get. And even with the $500 model, and if you don't get any accessories, you will still be able to use it in a great way. So yes, the value is definitely there. And I believe once people try it, and once it's really as good as we think right now, and you've even seen it, I don't believe people will complain about that price. And yeah, hopefully also for people who are not in this enthusiast bubble that we're talking to right now, once they try it and see how magical this whole mixed reality thing is, probably they try it on trymytech.com, probably, who knows? Then they might decide to buy one, hopefully. Yeah, and actually then when next year the whole buzz is going to go around, this whole hype about Apple showing how good it is, people will ask, okay, that's great, but I want something way cheaper. And then they will talk about the Quest 3 for 500, and then probably $500 is gonna seem so friggin' cheap,
Yep.
right? Compared
Yep.
to the 3,500 from Apple.
That's
And
what I hope is gonna happen, because Apple will bring VR like to the masses that otherwise wouldn't even think about VR or MR, but they do because it's Apple and they trust this brand. So there's many people who never even
like
thought
me now.
about. But imagine, like, there are people like Apple users and they don't care about VR at all until Apple created something. So
Yeah,
it put the thought in their head, and then they're gonna go and get something that may be cheaper, or maybe they'll get Apple. I don't know. But it's nice that the thought is being put in their head that it is a serious deal if Apple is entering the game. This could be really big for VR.
that could be
Oh
really.
man, like, this is
That's
too much.
wow. We are
So
really
much is happening.
we're just right now in such an exciting phase, right? We're getting into this mixed reality phase. We're getting into Apple joining this. So I'm excited about it. I'm still super excited to be here in this industry right now and making this podcast about this stuff. We're in a good place here, and
Yeah,
I'm
we are
excited.
in a good place.
Yeah. So Quest 3 probably going to dominate the market for quite a while. That is the feeling that I have. Like all the other headsets, they will be compared to this. You know, even those super high expensive headsets like the Crystal. So yeah, right? Like wow, this can it do this kind of cool mixed reality stuff? No. You know what I'm talking about? So it's going to be tough to like say that, okay, why should I pay so much when I can get so much else for $500, right? What are your thoughts about this kind of yeah, this kind of competition? They will have it harder, right? The competition.
Like Crystal and stuff.
Yeah, Crystal and Big Screen
Everything.
Beyond and all the
Yeah.
other headsets.
I think the only way to beat it, I guess, I don't even know if it's going to be beating it, but focusing it on a different niche. Like
Yeah.
it's going back to the conversation we had last week when we were sort of bashing the P company for doing everything.
Yeah, right,
And
right.
and especially when it comes to standalone, like, do you really think that this can compete with the standalone headsets that are available right now that were meant to be standalone? What's the point of doing that? Just do what you're best at. Do
Yeah,
your PC VR,
exactly.
because
Totally agreed.
Meta will never be able to keep up with the PC VR quality, no matter how good it is. It's still really good, but it's not IMAX Crystal. So
Right.
just do that. Be the best PC VR headset there is on the market. Don't
Yeah.
try to compete in
Right.
like, you're a heavy lift. Don't do the lower categories, you know.
It makes so much sense. So in this regard, it's like commendable. It's great what Big Screen does, right? They simply focus on Steam VR and on making the smallest device possible. So you should really focus on one thing and be really amazing at it to be able to compete against something like the Quest 3. The question, of course, also is how good will the PC VR mode be? You know, it was even so good already with the Quest 2. You could make it look so good already, like with virtual desktop and AirLink. It was so good. And now it's going to have Wi-Fi 6E. So you even going to have like, better connection, better wireless connection. And
Yeah.
oh God, this
Yeah,
this is
I'm
going to be
looking
so
forward.
tough for everyone else. Really, really tough.
Yes, but I do want to test that Wi-Fi 6E. This is going to be amazing because
Yeah.
wireless PC VR gaming is the future.
Yeah, obviously, it's going to be really good. So, yes, super tough for the competition, and can't wait to find out how good is that with PC VR and wireless and or wired. Probably even better than before. So, I'm so giddy. I really want it. Like, I want it.
Yeah, no, we're all in for a treat. Like, I
Yeah,
think that
yeah,
Yeah, people will try it. Oh, I think I was asked something, and I want to ask you this too.
Yeah, please.
Um, so the virtual reality, right?
It's
People
good.
bought Quest 2, and there's data that supports the fact that people kind of buy it, they play for a little bit, and then it just sits on the shelf. Why do you think, or do you think that mixed reality is going to change that? Like, what is their strategy to engage people in it and to bring them in and to keep them? Do you think mixed reality is going to change that in any way? How is it more beneficial than VR?
That is a really great question. And I don't have the answer to that yet because I still have to see it myself. So, yes, we have seen now how it would look like, this Lego game, for example. But I don't know, will it be keeping people playing longer? Will they stay longer in these headsets? Perhaps because they love to be in their own environment and probably they don't even want to escape to this virtual worlds. But I also have heard the idea or the thought that people actually want to escape into completely different worlds and they don't want to be in their own reality. So that would speak against it. So as you can tell, I don't know the answer yet. Probably it will just be like so fascinating to be in your world and to see your own world be augmented with that virtual stuff. That's going to be so exciting that you want to stay in these experiences longer, and it's going to be so magical that you will stay in those longer. But we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's going to be the case, right? Will people stay longer in this headset because the pass-through is so good? I don't know. Do you
Yeah,
have an
because
idea about it?
well, I think, yeah, it has to go. That is the question, right? It has to go beyond the wow factor. There are
Yeah.
people who are going to be completely wowed and amazed by this quality, but we get used to things really quickly, especially to good things. And pretty soon, people will kind of get used to the nice quality of the pass through. So it's not going to be about the quality of the hardware anymore. It's probably going to be about some more practical, like, use cases, applications that are going to be coming out. So it's really hard to say. For me, I know why it's going to be a difference, because like, I've noticed that ever since I had a baby and just like my life got so busy, I barely ever play VR at all,
Right.
because having a newborn and playing virtual reality are two completely incompatible things.
Right.
You can't be isolated and escaped from the world if you have someone who literally his life depends on you.
Or probably you could put
And
like a tracker on your baby and kind of track it. Okay, that was a bad joke. I'm sorry about it.
Genghis tried to track a cat one time in
Yeah.
VR. That was pretty
Okay.
funny.
Okay.
But yeah, so for me, I'm like, oh, I can finally play VR again, because I
Right.
can be in the same room and my son is right here and I'm playing Demio with friends, you know? Like, I can
Yeah.
do it now, but
Yeah.
it's much better if I actually feel like I'm present and I can, interact with it. So
That is actually such a good point. Probably you want to meet again with your friends if you have real life friends and be in the same space, in the same physical space, and wear something like the Quest 3 because you can still see each other.
yeah, and then,
We
so
have to
this
try
is
this
like an
out.
entertainment feature, and then there might be some
Yeah.
kind of other, like, productivity or learning tools, like, again, Piano Vision. Piano Vision is a launch title for Quest
Okay.
3, and I helped them with their trailer.
Oh,
I made a
cool.
trailer for them,
That was the
and
secret thing that you talked about before.
yeah, yeah, and they are now positioning themselves as the learning tool, like a mixed reality piano teacher.
Right.
So it's not just the Guitar Hero or Piano Hero. They actually have developed an engine, two engines, in fact, that it helps people learn to play the piano in VR, like practice and learn and memorize. So it's a big thing. That alone is like a reason to buy Quest 3, honestly,
Nice.
because you buy the game and you can practice piano in AR, and you don't have to spend money on like a teacher.
Oh, wow.
So wouldn't you be coming back again and again and again to to this headset, because you're practicing doing something, developing a real life skill? That's
Yeah.
what mixed reality should be about.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Just thinking about the possibilities. Also for
Yeah.
adult entertainment. what kind of things you can have in your room suddenly.
If
It's
it
going to be
brings
pretty.
you
That's
to,
going to bring people back,
yeah, well,
right?
okay. If you want to advocate for that, be my guest. I'll
Yeah,
stay
of
away from
course.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me
So,
too.
so, so there are many use cases that can do this, but now it's up to software. What kind of experiences are going to be out there
and
that will
and
keep people
and
happy?
I am sure that we're going to see lots of amazing use cases for mixed reality, things that we even didn't think about. It's going to blow us away, and this is the first time that many people are going to own such a device. So developers are going to bring this into our lives. So yeah, I'm truly excited. It's crazy. Seldom have been so excited about a headset. Now, let's
I
talk
think
about.
you were this excited about PlayStation VR too. I
But
remember you
yes,
were
yes, I was.
jumping on your chair with
Yes,
excitement.
but you're right. But I must tell you, I am more excited about Quest 3 now. Truly, because yes, I was excited about PSVR 2, and I still like the device. But it was not such a fundamental shift. It was not such a paradigm shift like now from VR to VR plus mixed reality. So that's why I am more excited now about the Quest 3. So that's exciting. Now let's talk about the accessories. Oh my goodness. Before the show, we said, you know what? It's just the two of us, just one topic. So it's just going to be a 1 hour and 30 minute show, just like we always say in this kind of situations. And now we're at 1 hour and 45, and we still have things to talk about. So let's talk quickly about the accessories. There's going to be a Quest 3 charging dock for $130. So you put your device on the thing, and it's automatically going to charge your device. I must say, I loved the idea on the Quest Pro, but the Quest Pro charging device, it was finicky. I didn't always find the right spot to make it work. Yeah, so that sucked. But this looks better. This seems like okay. There's only one spot where it really works, like charges, and that's it. What are your thoughts?
Doesn't it look quite similar to the previous one they had on
Actually,
Quest 2? I don't remember the name, but
actually, it looks like there's not so many ways to put it. Like for example, for the controllers, you had to find the right way to put it there, right?
oh no, I'm talking about Quest 2. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Because
The Quest Pro was finicky, but they
yeah.
also had like a charger for Quest 2.
Ah,
This one has
really?
like this one has like little pockets for controllers. I like that.
Yeah.
But I will always miss the feeling of, just the ability to put this upside down and then it's ready for you to grab. I will
Okay.
always miss that. I know that we're like entering the ringless controllers era, but I will always miss my my rings
Okay.
just because of how easy it is
Right.
to pick it up. No, it's nice. I just as soon as the headset comes out, the third party
I
uh,
just want to say again,
creators will make it, and
hundred
nobody will
thirty
be spending
dollars.
$130.
Honestly, $130. I don't think I'm going to buy it for this price. Yeah. Somebody just said that you can simply buy these kind of magnetic chargers. Magnetic cable costs 15 euros. Exactly. Richard Cyberpunk says it, and I totally agree. But of
Yeah.
course, if you have the money, it's going to be friggin' nice to have it. It's going to look good, and your device will always be charged, which I like it. Yeah, like with the Quest Pro, because of the charger, I never felt bad about the battery life. It was always kind of charged, and I seldom play longer than 2 hours. So, yeah,
Yeah.
good
No,
stuff. Good
I
stuff.
do like that. Yeah, these
Yeah,
charging dogs, they make a difference. They kind of, you develop a habit of putting it there, and then you forget about it. Of
yeah,
course, I do have Bobo VR little battery packs that are
yeah.
always connected
Love them.
to.
I love them.
I have unlimited battery life.
Everybody loves them. Really great device. Yeah, then we have the Quest 3 Elite strap. We get a bit of plastic for $70. I would say
Same
no.
stuff.
I would
It's the same
say
stuff.
it's the same stuff, exactly. I would honestly not pick this one up because it doesn't have a battery, and you probably want to have extended battery life. No, probably no. I
Yeah.
love the Quest 3 Elite strap with battery from the Quest 2. Really loved it. Mine did not break, so I was lucky for some reason. and I thought it was super nice and helped with the front heaviness of the Quest 2. So,
Mhm.
what are your thoughts about $130 Quest 3 Elite strap? Buy or no buy?
Wait.
Yep, agreed. Great,
Yeah,
agreed.
there's going to be more options for you to choose from, and some people still prefer the Elite Strap to other designs like from
Yeah,
Kiwi or Bobo VR. Like
yeah.
there are people who find Bobo VR Halo Top uncomfortable.
Okay,
Like there are people who think that it's too wobbly. So I think wait and then look at your options and
okay.
see,
Yeah,
watch some reviews probably.
right, right. Watch MRTV, watch Disco VR, and so many other channels. Yeah, so I like that, but probably it's a bit overpriced. $130. Probably this costs Meta like $25 to produce. So let's talk about the Quest 3 carrying case. Very nice design. I own the first one. $70. Probably the same again, right? Great. It's going to be a great quality, but $70 is a bit steep. Probably wait for
Mhm.
$25 from China. What do you think?
I prefer a third-party one simply
Yeah,
because this one is so snug.
it's very small.
It leaves no room for anything else. Like, what if you want to pick a cable? What if you want to pick some battery pack, some a little microfiber cloth to wipe your lenses? I don't know, just like little stuff. There's no room for it, so
Exactly. Exactly.
makes
It's
no sense if you want to
stylish,
travel.
but it's very small. Yeah.
Mm.
So let's wait
This one is a
for
no.
the
I would
others.
say this one is a no buy for me because
Agreed.
just not practical.
Agreed. Agreed. So, what about this whole Quest 3 silicon facial interface? Could you tell us a bit more about the facial interface situation? What kind of material is the one that it comes with? Is it the same like Quest 2?
No, it's not foam. It's something like fabricy material.
Ah,
I don't
okay.
really know. Like it's not completely fab, but it's not foam. So I
How did
was
you like it?
surprised.
How did you
It
like
was
it?
good. It was good.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
it. And I was honestly, I was kind of surprised that they were selling facial interface because they changed the design of the stock one. And I thought, oh, cool. They are giving a good facial interface in the box. But looks like they still have the one that they sell. It's like Meta being Meta. But
Right.
I found it quite comfortable. Um,
Okay.
I didn't use it for long enough to see if it was going to irritate my skin or
Right.
leave in a mark. It did
Like
leave
the
a
Quest
mark on
Pro
my
did.
skin. It was bad.
The Quest Pro.
I mean,
Yeah, the video that you did, the first video, it was hilarious. I loved that video.
that's the reason why I bought the top strap. I mean,
Yeah,
this
I
little
know.
thing is say like
It's a
it solved the
lifesaver.
problem. Like
Yeah,
that's it. So they sell a $40 facial interface in Quest 3 and they couldn't come up with a little Velcro strap for Quest Pro.
agreed.
Ridiculous.
Agreed.
They set their priorities straight in terms of comfort.
Yeah. So this one you didn't get to try, right? The silicone
No,
facial interface.
no, actually, I don't think I've tried any of the
Ah, yeah.
accessories.
Okay.
Even the controllers, I mean, those look so cool. Those
Yeah, those.
active straps, I saw them all. I saw all the accessories, but we just tried the headset the way it's out of the box.
Yeah, and I must tell you, I think it's very smart from Meta that they are doing this now in-house as well, like the active straps for the controllers, for example, because obviously the need is there, right? And why should they leave money on the table for third parties when they can take it
Mm-hmm.
themselves? It makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
So these
Mm-hmm.
kind of controller straps that help you to keep the controllers in your hands, yeah, absolutely. Probably the competition is not going to be much cheaper here, so yeah, why not? Would love to try them out. How about
Mm-hmm.
these colorful facial interfaces and head straps? This is exactly the same like the originals, but just different colors. Did I get that right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
they're so cute. I
Yeah.
love that. That's like the little thing that just gets you excited when they finally give you more colors. Something about
Okay. Yeah.
that choice. And I just love that dusty blue one. It looks so nice.
Nice.
Like
Yeah, it's true.
the orange one is very bright and you'll be noticed right away. So if you want to be a little bit more eccentric, it's very, very bright. Like it looks kind of muted in here, but it's a very bright orange color. Like it's out there.
Okay.
But the blue, it's soft and it creates a little bit of an edge to your headset without being too screaming. I love that. Like if I had a choice, I would totally get the blue one. Um, I was hoping they would be selling like editions, like Quest editions, blue,
Directly with those in, yeah.
yeah, but it looks like they are just selling them as accessories, which is a shame because it's exactly the same stuff.
Okay, got
And
it.
yeah, but no, it's nice. It's interesting that they finally decided to customize it.
Yeah,
It's
why
so
not? Why not? It's smart. Why not make some money on top with the color? It makes so much sense from the business standpoint, and people will love it, right? But yeah,
I really wish that I was like present at that meeting when they were deciding on the colors because I want to know why they chose these two colors. It's only two, so there
mhm,
has to be so much thought put into those two colors. I really want to know
right.
like what was in
That's
their heads.
truly interesting. This kind of decision making, what's behind it. Yeah, very cool.
Hmm.
But I must say, Voodoo, yeah, my German content creator friend, he tested out the orange version and he didn't like it. And the reason was, he said, as compared to the normal standard version of that face strap, you're gonna see light leakage from that orange color. It's not completely blocking out the light.
Oh
So he
my
said, like,
god.
don't buy the orange one. Go for the standard one.
What?
Yes.
They had like all these
Funny, right?
people had all these meetings. They decided, okay, we'll have two colors, the blue one and the orange one. And they didn't think about that
Exactly.
orange is too bright
Exactly.
for the
Funny,
light to
right?
leak.
That is
They could have
funny.
made, but they could have made like a black insert inside,
Exactly.
just
But they
painted black
didn't.
inside. It's bright orange on the inside too.
Yeah, that's
Like it's all
why.
bright.
That's why you have light leakage.
What the
Yep.
like seriously?
Seriously.
It's such a fail.
That is really a big fail in my opinion.
My
Don't
camera
buy the
even
orange
went out of
stuff, people.
focus. Like
Yeah.
I was so shocked that my camera went out of focus when I thought that.
Yeah.
Wow,
You have to
that
think about everything in VR. It's crazy.
but
But orange, yeah, it makes sense, right? That it doesn't block the light and there's gonna be light leakage. So yeah, don't get the orange one.
whew,
Word of warning. Right.
nice one, nice one.
So also, it's so smart. They're bringing out their own VR prescription lenses for the Quest 3. Makes so much
Mm.
sense. It's a no-brainer, right? So $50. I wonder, is it $50 for one or for both? Do you
What
happen?
for one? I I didn't even think that they would sell only one. Um,
Yeah.
I'm su- I'm surprised they gave a price because usually, when you look at VR Wave or VR Rock, the price depends
Right.
on your prescription or no prescription or blue light filter. How does it work? Like, do there's a prescription lenses, so you can't buy
Right.
plain ones. Also, $50 is actually quite cheap
It's
for a
very
prescription
cheap.
lens.
I really think this
Makes
is a fantastic price. So they are going to
Yeah,
give like lots of competition for the others that we know, right? Like VR Rock,
yeah.
VR Wave, VR
They're gonna
Optician.
drive them out of business,
It's
or they will
wow.
be lowering their prices. This is
Yeah,
interesting.
it is. It is going to be a tough competition, without a doubt. Interesting that Meta is joining this race. Yeah,
Now maybe it is per one because that would make sense
yeah,
price wise.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because it does seem a bit cheap, honestly speaking. And I know that
Yeah.
other companies also have their prices on the website by lens. So I could imagine
Hmm.
this is per lens, not per for both,
Okay.
right? So yeah, let's see.
We'll see. It's easy to test later on. Just
Yeah,
place an order, go to the very last step.
exactly. Yeah, let's talk about. We don't have so many topics anymore, so we will be finished soon. Nearly
Mm.
reached the 2 hour mark already. Wow. So yeah, let's talk for a moment about this Lego game. Let's have a look here at the trailer. It looks pretty magical in my opinion. Like I loved Lego as a child and I still think it's amazing. So now you can build virtually or in mixed reality and you can you can even play with the stuff and have a great
Mm.
time with it. Wow. I'm super looking forward to Lego Brick Tales. What are your thoughts
Mm.
about this? October 12th,
Yeah.
it's very soon.
So
Oh,
soon. Yeah, like 2 days after you get after for some people some people who pre-order they will be getting it on October 12th. That's such a cool idea, man. Like honestly, it might not be for me though. Um,
What?
just I
Why?
mean, just because the same reason why I don't do like VR puzzles, and not puzzling places. Puzzling places is amazing, but like there are some experiences that you can do flat puzzles, and even like painting. I love the idea of having that piece in real life.
Okay,
And I
sure.
feel like it's too much time spent on building something that I can't show off. Like playing is one thing, but if you're building something, you want to have it and admire it. And still, it's my
It's
personal
it's
like
going it's
work.
going,
It's just like literally me.
but it's going to be there in VR or in mixed reality. Probably you can put those things that you build into your room somehow, just like you can put those virtual pictures everywhere.
Yeah, but nobody will see it. If you someone comes over, like I
No,
have a big Harry Potter castle that I've built and I
everyone.
spent so much time, and
Yes,
people come over and they're like, "Oh, what a great castle you have."
but
You know, like
Tatiana,
I love that.
everyone is going to wear smart glasses in the not too distant future,
Okay,
and
that's
then I
when
will.
that happens, call me and
Yeah,
I will buy the game.
and we will
I
be in this
love that game.
podcast, and I will say, you know what? In 2023, you said like you don't like Lego Bricktail because you're building something and nobody's gonna see it.
I never said I don't like it.
No,
I
no, no.
said it's not for me.
Yeah,
And
right.
also is that there's the part where you're actually holding the pieces in your hands.
Of
And
course.
I don't think
This
the
is
hand
of
tracking is
course.
there yet.
Yeah.
But also the great thing about it is that Lego is freaking expensive.
Yes.
It costs so much to buy really big high quality boxes of those constructions. It not First of all, not everyone can afford it. Second of all, not everyone has enough room in their house to showcase everything. Like that's a problem that I'm facing right now. I love Lego, but I'm running out of space. Like I already have a wall of VR. I'm gonna have a wall of Lego. It's hard to find a place in your living space for them. So this game is going to solve that because you have as much space as you want.
Exactly. And then once you're done playing, you don't have to put all the pieces back into the box. Nothing.
Mm.
You just get the device off and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to this. I think it's fascinating. It would be fascinating even if it was just VR, but having that in mixed reality and like playing on your real table,
Yeah.
wow. So yeah, I'm
It's
giddy.
also one of those things that's going to bring people in because it's one of very few chill experiences that are actually fun. Like the puzzling places is really fun, and you can use it to introduce new people into VR. Like my mom tried it in pass through. So my mom is quite freaked out whenever she's like in a fully immersive space. She doesn't like it. She's like, ah, I'm so scared. Like I'm somewhere. I'm not here. It's crazy. But then if it's mixed reality, then she feels like she is in her room and there are just little pieces floating around, and she can build castles and she can build different images, and that got her excited. She's like, yeah, I can see myself playing this. It's really fun. So that's the bonus of mixed reality, just easing people in VR and also creating experiences that people can enjoy and chill in their home while still being present in the real world. Because I imagine if you're putting Lego pieces together, you're totally available for a conversation.
Yeah, right.
You can even watch TV if the pass-through quality is good enough for that. You can like talk to other people, so you're not isolated, and that is going to
Exactly.
be the key for this game's success, in my
To-
opinion.
I totally agree with you. So this is going to happen on 12th of October. We're going to be so busy. Because I really want to show everything, like, oh, crazy. Yeah. Also, one more thing is the augments. Let me show you that. So augments are little persistent mini apps that live in your room. Like for example, a picture, a virtual picture, or probably a virtual fireplace, or any kind of thing. Like some small apps, like Instagram Reels, they can put into your place. That is exactly the augmented reality future that we always envisioned for these AR glasses. Exactly this. And now it's coming to our living room on 10th of October.
Mhm.
I'm freaking excited. Like, okay, I've mentioned it in this podcast so many times, but this is really, really a game changer. And I've been waiting for this for so long. And I bought the HoloLens 2 for like 4,000 euro. Never used it really. But this is looking so good. And we can get it for $500. Are you kidding me? Like, really, shut the up and take my money.
Shut the front door.
Shut the front door, exactly. That's crazy. They really,
Yeah.
they so got me. They 100% got me.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I think the potential of this is more exciting than the state it will be in now, because we are not going to be wearing it all the time, this headset, right? We are only going to be wearing it for games. So
Who knows?
it's just cool that you can do it. Yeah, no, until it's like little glasses,
Yeah,
like
of
little
course.
visors.
Agreed.
It's
But we're gonna get there, obviously. This is just the first step. Right?
yeah. Does it make you feel a little bit like eerie? You think that people will be spending money on virtual objects and decorating their houses in AR rather than in real life?
No, I think it's
If it's
amazing.
cheaper to decorate it in VR than in real life, we will have like empty houses, live in boxes, and everything will just be AR generated. It's a
Could
bit creepy.
absolutely. It could absolutely be like this. That is the future. I don't know. That's amazing. Wow. So many.
Figment can do that now, actually.
Yeah,
Figment.
right. It can.
Have
it
you
can
played
do it.
that?
I have played it. Yes.
Yeah.
That is truly exciting. Wow.
Uh,
And just
yeah,
think
well,
about it. Just think about it. You can not only augment your houses, you can also augment the people that you live with. You know, like
oh,
like your partner probably she doesn't have to wear makeup anymore, and then you just turn on the makeup that you like on her.
really?
Yeah.
That's going to enter.
I'm-
Jesus Christ.
yeah, but I'm
Way
telling
to-
you,
way to
I'm
raise
telling
my
you, I'm telling you,
self-esteem.
this might sound a bit funny right now, but it will be our reality.
For content creation, maybe, because there is a little bit of a double standard there. Because you, Sebastian, you can
Yeah.
like wake up, turn on the camera, and you're ready to record.
Yeah.
Takes me much longer than that. That's
Yeah,
why I'm
but-
slower at content creation than most people.
Yeah, but
who
you
are
could
male.
you could do that even now and have some kind of filter on it. You know?
It's not going to be filter. I think it's going to be like 3D realistic avatars.
For example, yeah, you're right. You're right, and we have seen that also already. Actually, last week, right when Mark Zuckerberg was at the Lex Friedman show. Have you seen that part? Have you seen that crazy, realistic avatars that they were showing off?
That they were like, I think they were like conversing using
Yeah,
avatars
right.
at some point.
They-
Yeah.
They were. The whole thing was in VR. They were wearing Quest Pros, and Mark Zuckerberg was showing off these super realistic avatars, and it looked amazing. It looked
Yeah.
so good. It looked as if they were there in real life.
It-
So yeah,
Isn't it weird how like everybody's criticizing Meta for their awful avatars that they put in Horizon Worlds, and they're just sitting there knowing that they can make these hyper realistic 3D avatars that it like you barely can tell that it's not human, and they're just sitting on this thinking, yeah, we're gonna ship those Horizon avatars that look like Bratz dolls, and we will sit on the news that they can already do something like that, which is crazy to me. Like, this is what they should be pushing now, because that's what people want. They don't want cartoonish avatars. They want to feel
Right.
real. Yeah, like that.
check this out. This is an avatar. This is not Lex Friedman. I mean, this is the avatar version of Lex Friedman, and this is how the conversation looked. And they were both just wearing Quest Pros, and the Quest Pros it does have facial tracking, right? So just see what we're going to get soon. Wow, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely mind blowing. You know, I truly love to see that, and I was super happy. I mean, Meta was probably shocked when Apple said, like, you know what, we're going to have these super lifelike avatars in our Vision Pro when it comes out next year. And then people compared that with the comic avatars of Meta and thought, like, you know what, like,
Exactly,
wow,
exactly,
Apple is
yeah.
killing it, right? But yeah, they also, as you can tell, they also have this kind of technology already. It's just a matter of time until it comes out.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's the wow. Yeah. Oh my God, those shadows. Wow. Yeah. So that's basically what they decided to show off, probably because of
They had
the
to because of the Apple
competition.
Vision Pro,
Like,
exactly.
oh no, we also got that. So yeah, they should have probably showed it off earlier so that people didn't give them so much crap about the Horizon avatars.
Right. And the Horizon avatars, are you kidding me? Exactly. Like Mark Zuckerberg standing in front of that, what was it? Like the cathedral in Barcelona, right? It looked so funny. Yeah,
Yeah. So
this is something
they
different here
were,
now.
yeah, they were sitting on this piece of news for so long, and
Yeah, they had to show it off.
finally,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what people want.
that is
It's
exactly what people.
amazing.
That's what we're going to get into very soon. So, what kind of crazy revolutions are we getting into, right? The AI revolution, which is unbelievable, together with this, it's an exciting time. It's a truly exciting time to be alive, and for
Oh,
us, right? Like
to be in this industry.
to be in this industry is freaking amazing. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, awesome, and we're
Right.
here. We were reporting on it.
We are reporting on it, and we're going to report on it every single week here on the Next Dimension podcast. And as you can feel it already, we're wrapping this up. We're already much longer than we wanted to be on, and we truly hope that you enjoyed today's episode of the Next Dimension podcast. Even though we only had one topic, it was Meta, and Meta really rocked this week with the Meta Quest 3. As you could tell, Tatiana and me, we are honestly giddy about this. We want this. We're excited about it. And no, this podcast is in no way sponsored by Meta. I'm even not getting the device, right? I have to buy it myself. So it's super excited about it. Super excited about it. I hope that you are also as excited as Tatiana and me are. If you are, give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy this podcast, if you want to say thank you that we're doing it every week for you, then the best thing that you can do right now, get out your iPhone or iPad, open the podcast app, which is pre-installed there, and find us and give us a 5-star review so more people can find this podcast. Also, leave a comment right now to tell YouTube, yes, I want 2 hours of this goodness in my stream and in more people's stream. So do leave a comment and tell YouTube that you like this. Yes. And
We
subscribe
do.
to Tetiana Disco VR, which is an amazing channel. Obviously, also subscribe to MRTV. And yeah, well, any last words for this podcast, Tatiana?
Yeah, we need to see the results of the poll.
Oh, I totally forgot about this. You're so right. Oh, actually, more people than I thought are going to buy the 128 gigabyte version. So we have 246 votes. Wow. That is
Wow.
amazing. And wow, 53% are going to go for the 128 gigabyte version. I did not expect that.
That's almost half and half. That's pretty incredible, actually.
That is pretty incredible. I had really thought that more people would go for the bigger version.
You
So
probably have a biased community, though.
yeah, but yeah, you're right. You're right. Probably also PCVR fans here. You're right. Exactly. This is true.
Oh,
So
interesting.
so very interesting. Yeah. So thanks for joining the poll, and again, thanks for listening to this live. Give it a thumbs up right now, and we're looking forward to see and hear you next week. Until then, bye bye.
See ya.
Yeah,
Um,
super exciting episode, Tatiana.
that
Right?
was fun to talk about it. It was fun to finally be able to talk about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was so hard.
I totally get it. Like whenever I have some NDA or something, and I know it's so juicy, it is so tough to not to talk about it. And especially like if you are like live, like last week, yeah, you knew already like a lot of things probably, and now you can finally let it all out. Good feeling.
Yeah, it was. So the time before that, that I think it was your very first show, and I couldn't make it. And I was actually glad that I
Yeah.
couldn't make it because I had just come back.
You've just tried it, right?
All I could think about it was
Wow.
Quest 3. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay, if I was on the show, I would have blurted something
Yeah.
out because like there's not
Yeah.
I've done nothing but this. And I'm like, I definitely would break my NDA somehow because I was so excited. So I'm like, okay, it's good that I had to stay away, and then I kind of composed myself and I didn't give anything away. But yeah, it was
Right.
really exciting, and really hard to keep my mouth shut.
Oh yeah, I totally believe it. Nice. So now you can do it. So what is going to be your next piece of content about Quest 3? Do you know already?
Well, there are many things we can talk about when it comes to Quest 3. You know, I want to test the things that I didn't get to test.
Right.
I think that's the part that people are going to be most interested in, because there's like probably more than a dozen videos already from the content creators who did get to try it, but we all got to try the same things. And
Right.
there are
Right.
things like battery life, PC
Right.
VR
That makes
connectivity,
sense.
accessories, even that kind of stuff. And one other thing is, unfortunately, we weren't allowed to record anything inside the headset.
Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, through the
So
lens. Through lens
through the
videos.
lens and
Right.
just like
I'll do that too.
overall recordings from all kinds of experiences.
Of course.
That's going to be quite
Nice.
exciting.
Looking forward to that. All right. That's it for today. All the people who are still there, thank you. Give it a thumbs up. Right?
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah.
Is that an augment?
That is an augment. That is like
Magic.
yeah, that is Apple. That is the new operating system from
Oh.
Apple. So you can do this kind of things.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right?
Can I do that, or only you?
Only
I
me.
can just do this.
Only
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Only me.
It's
Go.
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, you can enjoy my heart without the. It's a real one, not non-augmented
No,
hearts.
exactly. So here's augmentation. All right. That's everything that we got for this week. Until next week. Bye-bye.